here we are. I believe we're now live. I'm Russell Kirkby. This is the Vaingate Chronicles. This is Barachiel. I'm the Dungeon Master here, and we're telling a little story about a bunch of crazy people in the Underdark underneath the city of Vaingate, ostensibly trying to collect Ostorian relics for the Barachiel envoy, who are a bunch of mad mages and wizards that live in Vaingate. They're from another place entirely, but anyway, that's a whole other story. We don't want to get too deep into that. Point being, here on my right is Barry Tahira playing Milford Brixton.
Hello, people.
Next to Barry, oh, you please do tell us about Barry, Milford or Barry.
I'm a little bit of a rogue, you know.
A little bit.
Just a teeny weeny little bit of a rogue.
Right. Next to Barry, we have Steve Austin, the Steve Austin, playing Leith. And below Steve, on your screen, you should see Adric Fogdar being played by Michael. I'm not even going to try and say your last name, Michael. You say it for us.
Michael Bache. Lovely to meet you all again.
Bache. There you go. It's very flash. I got a feeling it's something like, you know how there used to be Mrs. Bucket on television, Mrs. Bouquet? I'm sure.
Yes.
It sounds very flash, is my point.
See, I thought I had the Mandela effect on that show, and it in fact did not exist.
Right. Well, next to Michael, we have Max playing Edrin Montcoff. His name is in fact a lot longer than that, and I'm sure he will tell you all about it. Over to you, Michael.
Yeah, it's long, all the fun, fancy names that rich people get for being born into a rich family. That classic tale of "look at me."
Right.
Yeah.
What's your character's full name, Michael? It's not Michael. Max.
My character's full name is Edrin Stywell Kralinovich Monthoff.
Right. And he's a lord too, isn't he? I believe.
He's a baron, yeah. And if you want to add in the whole technicality of of the land, then it's an extra two names. But yeah, he's a baron.
Right. Okay.
Baron.
And then we have I would like to introduce Joanna. Now I'm going to try and pronounce your name, Joanna. Is it Grotenhui? I'm guessing, and
I grew up saying Groton House.
Groton House.
So it's actually more like Groton House, but I don't say that anymore.
I should have asked you before we actually started streaming. How do you pronounce your name? And in the background we have somebody else, a young lady who,
my daughter Bianca,
a future adventurer, I suppose. I hope.
Yeah, this is Scarlett.
Very cool. All right. Well, here we are. Glad to have everybody on board. Glad to be here. I hope our new streaming look with Streamlabs is a little bit more interesting than the rubbish that you've been putting up with from me in the last few weeks. But we've put a bit of energy into this. Now, hopefully you can see the frames around everybody's video and everything, and a little animated blah blah. Anyway, getting on with it. Where did we leave off? I believe you guys are in a chamber in the Underdark with the corpses of two large ogres that you've just very recently killed. Two of you have almost died. That would be Milford Brixton and Adric Fogdar. And you have discovered the dead spider corpses, which the giant ogres were in fact eating, and their cages. And on the back of those cages, in those cages, should I say, there are some figures. And not to give too much away, but one of them is Joanna's character.
But we didn't hear that.
But you didn't hear that. That was for the audience. The players don't know that.
Players know nothing. I affectionately know nothing.
Right. So,
Ouch.
Milford's still coming around.
Ooh. Everything hurts. Why does everything hurt?
Well, yes, we did manage to kill them.
Don't forget Hamir is here as well.
What was that, Russell?
Don't forget Hamir is here too.
Oh, yes.
Now, something just happened to 3 cameras. I don't know
good heavens, we've lost
what that was.
Mr. Fogdar.
Damn it. Okay, well, I'm going to wait till he comes back, and then I'm going to correct the cameras.
No, I think they've gone out of whack on the...
Yeah, what will happen is when he comes back in again, those 2 cameras may just correct themselves.
Everybody's still here on Zoom, though.
Are they? No, they're not. Michael's gone.
Oh, Michael's disappeared.
Yeah, that's what's caused the issue.
I see.
Michael's disappeared, and then all the other 2. Well, his camera, and obviously his camera's gone, and now.
So it moved everything.
Yes, everything on the bottom row has shifted. Everything on the top row has remained the same. So, welcome to another high-budget production of Vaingate Chronicles from Sedariel. Yeah, you can send more money and we'll buy better software. Oh, yes. So, anyway, how are you guys doing? Feel free to... I was just talking with Super Midnight Fan Club about practicing my James Mason impression for whenever that becomes a thing. I have promised to do so, but it's going to take some work because James Mason's actually really... That's a really specific... hello, he's back, and you guys have switched places. I'm going to have to fix that.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I didn't think we would be having these issues again, considering I just paid the 2 degrees bill.
Oh my god.
Just paid it.
Just paid it. All right.
Makes me want to set myself on fire in their lobby.
Well, no worries. May the audience watch the magic of television as I do something incredible. I'm going to move Michael like this, and I'm going to take Joanna like this and put her back over here and get that right, and then Michael.
Oh, wow, you can move it live.
Yeah, I can do it all live. Yep.
Yeah.
But that does destroy the illusion. So Michael, can you see your frame? I can reframe you slightly if you like that.
I can sit back a little bit.
Yeah, hold on.
Phone.
I'll get your camera in the frame. There you go.
There we go. Lovely. Thank you.
No problem. Hopefully, now we're going to do a little test here, seeing as we haven't really gotten underway yet. I might as well do this test now. This is... Can you see that? This is our second screen, right? So with this screen, we might as well show this stuff off while we're here.
Wanky.
Right. I think it's quite swank myself.
Done.
Yeah, now what we can do with this, which is cool, if you give me a moment to collect myself, we can turn this on and this on, not necessarily in that order, and I can turn, where is it gone?
Can anybody remind me what I said a few minutes ago?
Oh. What did you say a few minutes ago?
A dark place.
You said you'd give Adric all of your money.
What particular thing, Barry?
Oh, that's right.
There you go.
Placed in the dark. That's right.
Right, so there's your Vaingate, and now Joanna's disappeared as she ran off for child tending business. Haha, I thought so. I thought so. All right, I'm gonna pull. Oh dear, what is that? Okay, do we have everybody? Are we all good?
Yes, until 2 degrees kicks me off again.
Yes, we're all here.
All right, are we ready?
All right.
There was this place in the dark.
Always ready.
Always ready. All right. I'm going to
You're
go back.
always ready to be impressed.
Oh, yeah, yes, Milford Brixton. You always seem to drag me into dark places.
I feel like that's
Drag you nowhere.
I don't really want that to sound bad.
Sounded incredibly
Well,
bad.
Right.
Depends how you meant it.
Oh.
So
That does sound incredibly bad.
while this is all going on, this conversation is going on, Gudael, you are in this cage currently. The other person that was in the cage is dead. They're a corpse now, unfortunately. It's very unpleasant. The two drow elves who captured you, ostensibly captured you, are in the other cage, and they're very quiet right now. And you're listening to this conversation going on. You sort of come round back to consciousness. I think you've been unconscious for some time, and you're overhearing this conversation. Back to you guys.
So, now listen. Oh, look, there's spiders over there. Not to mention cages with people in them.
Well, you know, what say we just leave him there and have a wee longish rest, and then deal with whatever may or may not jump out at us.
I don't think that's particularly humane, Mr. Fogdart.
Well, imagine that. I'm also not human.
Milford looks over and
No,
says,
but you're humanoid.
Is there
I'm also
anybody?
good, yes.
Is there anybody alive in any of those cages? Probably not then.
Hello, yeah.
Hello?
Looks like there is.
Oh,
I heard somebody say something.
Oh,
Which,
well, perhaps we should go and do the humane thing and investigate.
I'll go and investigate. Oh, my poor back.
yes. Well, how about you two rest, and me and Mr. Lath go investigate. You two just don't strain anything too much.
It's fine.
Now,
Mr. Brixton,
can I get
brace
some-
yourself against my precariously table-shaped head, and I'll help you along.
Can I get some perception checks from everybody, please? Everyone except for Joanne, because
Perception, you say?
yes,
Can you pick a lock
Oh.
back?
20!
20. Nice,
I
Leaf.
got a 4.
I see that.
20.
Oh, I did it again.
I'm gonna do my
Yep, Milford's
typical
roll.
conjuration stuff. Pull out my
A
lantern
5.
and get a 5.
Right.
I did the wrong thing. I got.
Well, just roll it. Okay, you got
I don't see anything.
amazing 3. Okay,
Right,
so
yeah.
no worries.
I should have kept with the other performance. Better.
Right. Okay, well, those of you that got over about 12 will notice that there are two very pale-looking figures in the other cage further back.
Ugh.
Alive or dead?
You would have to get closer to tell.
Okay.
Those were the spider riders before, weren't they?
Would you like to make an investigation check to see whether you can tell?
Oh, sure. Does anyone also have any way to pick locks? Oh, would you look at that?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, you can tell they're drow and they are the riders from before. Yeah.
Did you ask if anybody could pick locks?
Yes, I assume the cages are locked, but they might not be. We can always have a look.
I occasionally pick a lock or two. I don't know how good I am at it. Yeah. Just occasionally.
Occasionally, sure. Well, have at it then. I think this person would very much like to get out.
Sounds like you doubt me. Don't doubt me, do you?
Mr. Brixton,
no,
can you even
no.
see straight right now?
Can I see
Yes, how many
straight?
fingers am I holding up?
How many locks can you see?
How many looks can I see? How many looks can I see, Russell?
Well, you can see 2 locks.
I can see 2 locks.
Luckily, there are in fact 2 locks. So there's that.
Okay, let's try. Now, I've got to concentrate, so everybody shut up. Thank you. Right, here we go.
So you're going to try your lock picking. Is that correct, Milford?
Yes, and it's a 15.
A 15. All right. So Milford takes out his lock picks and what have you, and he unwraps them and begins mucking around with the first hole. Is this Milford? Is this the lock with the lady in it, or the lock locking in the drow elves? Which one of these two?
The lock with the lady in it, because she spoke first.
All right. So Gudael, obviously, Milford Brixton has come up to the side of the cage and has started messing around with the lock there. A general description of Milford: he's a tall fellow, a half-elf. He's got dark skin with dreadlocks. He's very wiry and athletic looking. And after a couple of moments, he springs the lock and the cage door swings open.
Oh, well, there you are then.
Thank you.
Can you get yourself out? He's feeling all right. Not that we could help you medically.
Well, I'm feeling better than my cellmate here.
Oh, okay. So he helps you get out of the...
And how are you feeling?
Oh, I'm a box of fluffy birds, me. Ow! Ooh, except for that part, and that part, and that part, and this part here, and that part up there, and nearly dying. I'm doing all right.
Right.
That's the spirit.
I'm going to go to the other cage and check on the other figures.
All right.
Who are in the cage.
Okay, so you approach the other cage, and these other figures are sort of leaning back into the back of the cage next to each other right now. You notice that there are no weapons in the cage, but funnily enough, what was your roll? You got a 20, didn't you?
I've got a 20. 20 on the perception.
All right. What you notice is that the weapons that they were carrying and all of their belongings are in fact over by the giants, by the ogres. There's a couple of boxes over there actually and some bags in that direction. But as you approach the drow, one of them opens his eyes and sort of leans forward and looks at you.
I'll step back slightly so that I'm out of reach.
All right. And also, greetings, Lycordia. Welcome back to Vaingate. You managed to miss all of our technical issues, so yay!
If you're in luck, we may have them again.
Right! If you're lucky, we'll have some more technical issues for you to check out soon. No, preferably not. Thank you, but no. All right, so Leith, what were you doing?
I'm stepping back so that they're out of arm's reach.
Okay. He keeps looking at you.
I'll ask them how they got put in there.
What language are you speaking? In Common, is it?
I'll ask them in Elvish.
In Elvish?
Yeah. How did you two get captured and put in there?
They look at each other for a minute, look back to you, and he leans forward. He says, in fact, he doesn't say anything. He just looks at you.
I'll try the same question in Common.
They look at each other once more. The other one sits forward and puts his hands on the cage, and he points to the lock, and he points at your friend, Milford.
I'll just go,
What are you doing, Leith?
You want him?
Doesn't say anything.
You want him to kill? No.
They don't seem to be understanding what you're saying.
I'm going
Keith,
to.
how's your conversation over there going? It doesn't sound very productive.
I'll give a big shrug to Idrin. I can't seem to get through to them.
I'm going to hobble on over to Leith. So, right, well, let me have a go at this. I may have something that they'll understand. No, it's not the hammer. It's a language. That sounded vaguely ominous. I'm aware. And in Undercommon I go. So, what are you all doing here?
What does it look like, dwarf? We are in cages.
Oh, I thought you were on vacation. How terribly rude of me.
They look at each other. Open the cage.
And then what?
We will show you the... They look at each other again. We will show you the location of a vast treasure.
Are they lying to me?
You can make an insight check.
That's something I have advantage in. I got a total of 21.
A total of 21. Well, I think the audience needs us to see your 21. Oh, look at that. He did, in fact, get a total of 21. I just love using that transition. Would you lie to me? What?
Terribly sorry. It was just I took quite a beating from the ogres over there. I thought I was seeing things.
You seem confused, dwarf.
Well, only confused at why you may be lying to me.
He does not appear to be lying to you from your 21.
Damn it, Russell! Well, you wouldn't happen to be talking about that the treasure back there in the ship, would you?
Oh, you've seen the treasure hoard already.
Yes.
Beware, adventurer. It may be cursed.
Maybe. Oh wait, yeah, I already almost died once today, so what's the worst that could happen?
He looks over at...
What are they saying?
Well, they want us to release them, and they promised us a great treasure. And then I informed them that we have, in fact, already been to the treasure.
Oh well, they're clearly lying because they know we must have come from that way.
Then I go back and ask them. Do you know? That was the wrong accent. Do you know that you've seen us already?
Seen you.
Either myself or any of my companions.
You are very strong. You defeated these ogres.
I had a bit of help.
We are greatly impressed.
Still, flattery gets you nowhere.
Please, open the gate. Let us out. We will take you to a vast treasure. Perhaps not the one you've seen, but there are many treasures in the Underdark.
What are they saying?
This time.
What was that?
Are they lying to me this time?
Oh, you can make another insight check.
Huzzah.
Idrin, do you speak Undercommon?
I do not, but I think we haven't actually been traveling long, so I think my comprehend languages is still up. Because we haven't actually had a short rest. We've just been walking consistently.
All right, I'll give you that. That's fair. Okay, so your comprehend languages is still up. How long do you think it's going to be up for, though?
I think probably because I had it up when they... How long has it been actually since they passed us? Because they passed us, then we went to the ship, then we fought the thing, then we fought another thing, then we found the ogres.
Then you found the ogres.
Yeah, how long has that been? Because I know combat doesn't take long, but I don't know how long we've been walking for.
Yeah, probably about 25-30 minutes since you found...
In that case, I got... Right, I'll go roughly another half an hour on it then, because it lasts an hour.
Okay, all right.
So I've got another half an hour.
Half an hour of comprehend languages. Excellent. All right. That's...
I rolled a 15 on my
Roll 15 on your insight. All right. He's not lying that there are other treasures in the Underdark.
All right. See, you've piqued my interest. And I turn back to the rest of the guys and go, well, they say if we release them, they'll take us to more treasures. And it doesn't... I've got a nose for these sorts of things, and it doesn't seem like they're lying to us.
Why would we...
Right.
Oh, he doesn't speak common, sorry. He doesn't say anything.
My only query is that they're not lying that they're going to take us to the treasure, but then what do we know is at the treasure? If he says that the ship gold was cursed, what do we know about the other stuff that's going to be coming up?
And why are they in these cages?
Turn back to them. Could you tell us why you're in these cages? Was it just simple misfortune running into the ogres?
I should say so, yes. Simple misfortune. Yes.
That sounds
Yes.
reasonable.
Can I quickly see what race our new friend is?
Yes, she's a high elf.
I go over and I say in elven, terribly Astoria, I think we've been a little bit rude. My name is Edrin Montkoff. It's I'd say a pleasure to meet you, but I think under the circumstances it's been a bit negative.
Unpleasant, you might say, says Hamir, leaning on his staff.
Yeah, yes. Unpleasant, thank you, Hamir. Yes. But it's very good to meet another non-killy person down here.
Non-killy person, very well put. Adrian, where do you get these phrases from? Your nursery books?
Yes, actually, thank you very much, Hamir. Adrian will remember this.
It is a relief to see you all here. I'm very pleased to be out of that cage. My name is Gudael Dala Talandaran. I am a highborn elf, and I have studied some 50 years at the Temple Solano.
Ah, you're a member of the Daughters of Twilight, then, are you?
That is correct.
Oh, I've been studying with the daughters recently myself.
That explains much, Leith.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing in particular. Just please go on. Go on.
Oh,
Don't let me interrupt you again.
all right. That's all I had.
Ah, well.
Strikes me that a couple of your number have been injured, and I would very much like to attempt healing on you.
Well, we were proposing to take a bit of a rest. We have been rather exerting ourselves over the last little while, and I could certainly use a few spells in my. They're kind of running out.
I'm going to tap the edge of their cage with my hammer and go, alright, well, I'm almost thoroughly convinced, but I may just have to leave it to the group. I'm sure you do understand. Be right back. I'm going to turn around and go towards the rest of the men.
One of them puts his hand out from the cage, tries to touch your hand as you leave.
Well, not to worry. I'm sure everything will be fine.
Don't go far!
Don't you worry. You've done nothing to make me not trust you. Don't worry. Right. Just slowly turn over.
Alright.
Right, so, this is what I've managed to ascertain from our two friends, is that they just walked into a trap, the ogres put them in their pantry, and they can lead us to more treasure. And, well, I'm not going to choose for the group. How does everyone feel?
Are you sure they're trustworthy?
I've got an instinct for whether people are trustworthy or not. So, these folks don't seem too bad. And look,
And capturing elves is... that's pleasant, but capturing and caging two people is trustworthy to you, Mr. Fogdar?
I neglected to ask. I will admit that.
That's very good.
Gonna yell back to them. Excuse me. Could you tell us why you kidnapped this one and her friend in the cage?
Taking them to help.
Help? What? I'm just yelling this in the cavern, this awful, awful tongue.
All right.
Good job, Michael, elaborating on your poor decision.
Okay, so you're basically shouting. Everyone else can hear the sound echoing in the cave. Just to be clear, this is quite loud.
Do you want to wake up every single monster in this place?
Well, I thought if I got loud enough that I would, in fact, wake up that corpse over there.
If you get any louder, you just might make your own corpse, you idiot.
Careful, careful, dwarf. You will attract things you do not wish to meet here.
Oh, you mean like you?
You don't understand this conversation, Milford.
I don't understand.
Sorry.
Well, let's...
I do. I can translate for you, Brixton.
What did he say? What did he say?
He said it would attract things we don't want to meet.
Right, well,
Does he mean like him then?
Possibly. I think it means all the giant spider things that previously tried to kill us.
yeah, well, if we could all just move a bit closer to our two friends in the cage, I wouldn't have to yell. Then we could have a nice, civil, somewhat telephony conversation.
I say you should put them down immediately, these drow. You want nothing to do with dark elves, trust me.
Yes, I'm not sure I agree with letting them free, but I'm also not sure I agree with killing them. I do wonder why they are so close to so close to ground level.
Yes, they're very uncomfortably close to the city, I must say.
Well, I mean, we could always just take them above ground and interrogate them a bit more thoroughly.
Not a terrible idea,
Or it'd be
dwarf.
very neat cages.
Yes, I mean, also consider that they are offering to take us to a bit more treasure. So there's also that.
Yes, but they were also taking this lady and her now deceased friend to hell.
I'm gonna less loudly, but it's like kind of walk between the two groups and go. So I'm not yelling. What did you mean by help?
Who are you talking to specifically? You're talking to the
elves,
to the drow. Okay. Help them. They need help.
Help them.
Yes. Take them to some help. They are wandering, lost, clearly lost in this domain.
Ethan, did you get that?
Yes, I got that. Wandering, lost in this domain. I don't exactly know how they just assumed they were lost and wandering. I mean, not to be cheesy, but not all who wander are lost. So, I mean, we're wandering. We're not lost. I don't think. I hope not.
That's the first time I've heard that. Did you come up with that yourself?
No, that was in a book I read quite some time ago. I wish I'd come up with something so pitty.
More nursery books, no doubt.
Gudael, what are you lost on here?
Take for lost people.
Oh, I'm not lost. I came here on purpose.
I see.
Look at the company we keep now. Fools wandering down here on purpose.
That's what I was about to say. Now we know. She might be a little bit touched.
I mean, we're down here on purpose. You do realize, Mr. Brixton?
Yes, but there's what? How many of us and how many of her?
Well, how do we know she didn't come with a large group? Did you come with a large group, Miss Talandaran, if I pronounced that correctly?
Yes. Well, you see, I was sent. I have had orders from the Daughters of Twilight, and so I came, and I am on somewhat of a mission. And I would very much actually like to go and see the treasure that the drow are talking about.
Oh, well then perhaps we should take them with us. but I don't really think we should let them out of the cage.
Are you gonna carry the cage then?
Well,
I have an idea.
Yes.
Oh my
Oh,
god. Yes,
I think Mr. Adric actually was going to say something probably a little bit smarter than I.
Oh no, Mr. Richard, you gave me much too much credit. I was just going to say that after a long rest, I could enlarge myself 2 or 3 times and carry them for about 3 minutes total.
Ah, now I could, if we had a long rest, I could, during that rest, it would take me some time, ponder a disc of sorts that could, if we could put them onto it, carry them for roughly an hour, during which time I could then spend another 10 minutes once we get to the ship recasting the spell, putting gold on, and then we've got an hour to get from the ship back to the surface without any potential strain on our own person, especially the coins weighing you down, Mr. Adric.
That's a much smarter plan than mine, and also, yes, heavy coins.
Right, so a small, well, not a small. Shall we take a rest so long as the rest of the group are happy with something?
yes, that does sound like a good idea.
So let me get this straight then. We're not gonna let them out.
Not yet, no.
You're gonna make
No.
a flying saucer, and we're gonna put the cage on this flying saucer of yours, and it's gonna float along, is it?
Yes.
Ah. Now I know I'm not going crazy. Okay. If you should need me, just wake me up. Excuse me, Miss. What was your surname again? What Talandaran?
Talandaran, yes.
Ah, yeah. Excuse me, Miss Talandaran. You know anything about healing at all?
Yes, I've been wanting to broach the subject with you. Might I offer you a healing word?
Oh, you could offer me that. I'd much appreciate it, you know.
All right, so you're going to cast Healing Word on Milford Brixton. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, please.
All right. So we're going to change over to dice release screen. You're going to hit the button and roll your Healing Word. Oops. Here we go. And I'm going to scroll down here like so.
So the effect, correct?
Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so Milford, you get 6 hit points back.
Which takes me up to what now?
Well, that is a good question because I'm not 100% sure how well we have been tracking Milford's hit points. In fact, we have not been tracking his hit points.
I think last game he was on 1 hit point when we brought him back.
Right.
I think now he's on 7.
All right, so we're going to just manually delete and then add 6 back in there. Okay, so now you're on 7 hit points. That makes sense. Okay, that was a nice roll, Super Midnight Fan Club. Oh, and Awesome D is back, by the way. Awesome D is one of our top patrons, if not our top patron. Yeah, thank you for coming back. Adric, are you wearing glasses, he says.
Adric, no.
That is a strange question. I'm not sure what prompts this question, but okay.
What makes you think I'm wearing glasses, Awesome D?
Adric and Gudael.
Oh, you've been switched.
Oh no!
It's happened again. What the hell?
That'll be it.
Right. Okay. Now through.
Only I had that luscious long hair, thusly.
Right. Now.
If everyone's willing to wait about a minute, I could actually go get my wig on.
Oh no! understand that. I don't know.
Will we go
Now, well,
to the rest?
Okay.
Oh,
yes, I think we should. Do we want to set up some sort of watch system?
oh well, I should be able to.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the chat.
I saw it too.
I should be able to keep watch. I really don't need sleep.
Okay, very good. That seems like a good idea.
Mr. Lath, did you also need some healing?
No, I'm fine. I could just use some more spell. My abilities are a little worn out from the day, so it's more about my spells than anything else.
Ah, okay. Right. I understand.
I'm perfectly fine. I haven't taken any hits, luckily.
All right, I fixed the cameras again.
Thank you.
No worries, thank you. All right, we are joined by, we have Super Midnight Fan Club, of course, and T Earl Grey Hot is back. Awesome D, of course, is back, like Cordia. Yeah, that's our favorite audience so far. Yippee-ki-yay. Thank you guys for coming back over and over again. It's hugely appreciated. All right. So the plan at this point from our group of misfits is to head back to the treasure trove at this point. Is that your idea?
We're gonna have a long rest, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have a long rest.
Cool. In the safest place in the world.
Yes. With Leith as watch, so really it's all on him.
It should be fine.
Be fine? I think we'd be okay.
Fine.
Russell, my character wants to have a look for a safe watching area.
I'll wake you as soon as anything happens. I promise.
Okay, so all right, so you guys are going to go creeping back stealthily, I assume, back to the treasure ship. That's the general plan.
After a long rest.
After a long rest, you can have a long rest
I think we're
first.
gonna long rest with the cages at the fire where the ogres were.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so you take your long rest. Who's on watch?
Me, because I don't need any sleep.
Okay, so Leith is on watch. Leith, what are you going to do while you're on watch?
I'm going to sit and read.
Okay, and whereabouts are you going to sit on watch? So, for your information, there's a couple of broken pillars. There's the stairs that come down here from the gallery with those huge, tall walls that were covered in frescoes of enormous giants that you couldn't see the tops of earlier. Whereabouts are you going to take your watch from?
I'm gonna take my rest somewhere relatively close to the cage with the two drow elves.
All right.
In there, just keeping an eye on them through the night, out of the corner of my eye while I read my book.
All right. So everybody else is actually going to go to sleep, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. Gudael, you've had the better part of a long rest, sitting in your cage for some time now. Although you're probably really, really hungry at this point, and you're starting to feel that. It hasn't been fun at all. Fortunately, you've been able to heal yourself, but then you've rested and recovered your spell slots by doing so. But you are really hungry, and your belongings, you're not sure where they are, because from where you're sitting, there's a large pile of rubble between you or where you have been, and the bags and other boxes that the ogres took off the spiders that the drow were riding with your cage on it. Does that all follow? Okay.
It's all right, Mr. Leith. I might just have a little wander around and try to find my things. I believe I have some rations somewhere amongst
Well, what did your equipment look like? I could possibly help as long as I don't exert myself too much.
Oh, let's see. I've got my alms box and a backpack.
Would you guys like to make investigation checks for us, please?
Wait, did Gudael come down here looking for arms?
You know.
An 11 for me.
An 11 for you. Okay, so Gudael gets an 18 plus 2 and Leith gets an 11. Okay, Leith, you can't see anything like this, but Gudael, you notice that there's this next to the staircase that comes down, basically below the point at which Milford was climbing up in the previous session, where Milford was going to pour the poison over the top of the ogre into its food.
Let us not talk about that.
Right. Well, just underneath that point, there is a crack in the stone edifice there that looks like it goes back some way, and you see a couple of little spider webs in there and what have you, but you notice something metallic gleaming from inside there with your dark vision.
Gleaming.
Yeah, something reflective is inside there.
I move forward and I take a better look. It's in the crack, is it not?
That's correct, yep.
So
Yep.
I'll reach into it and I'll see if I can.
All right. Well, as you get closer, you notice that there is a drow sword stuffed in there, along with a cloth bag, which you can grab the end of. Do you pull the stuff out?
Yes, I will.
All right. So you pull the sword out, no problem, and then you pull the cloth bag out, and it snags a bit, but you have to kind of wrestle with it for a moment. And when you pull it out, it does in fact have all of your stuff in it, along with some other stuff as well. You notice there is another box behind it, a wooden box further in. But you're not sure you can reach it because you can't actually get in the crack. It's not quite wide enough for you. But an ogre might have been able to get its arm in there far enough to grab whatever it was.
I think I will take out my long sword. See if I can sort of fish it out that way.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to get you to make an athletics. No, what's it going to be? We're going to call this a sleight of hand check. It's kind of a weird dexterous maneuver that you're trying to pull here.
Okay.
So. You can't. You just can't get it to move. It seems to be stuck in there, and you're not able to move it at all.
Is she making noise doing this?
Well, Milford, you can make a perception check.
Okay. Perception, my old friend perception. Perception.
Now, just a heads up for everybody, including the viewers, we are going to take a short break at 8:10, I think, for about probably 5 to 10 minutes.
20.
Nat 20. That is a dirty 20.
Oh, that's a dirty 20.
But
Sorry.
yep, 20. Okay, yeah, you see her up to something. She's got her long sword out, and she's sticking it in a hole in this crack in the side of the wall, over on the other side, over near where you were about to try and poison the ogre. In fact, and the ogre threw you on the ground and almost broke your back and killed you.
Okay, I make my way over to where she is.
Make your way ogre.
That's what I was going to say, Michael.
Over.
Oh, that's
All the puns.
Mm,
All right, so you make your way over to where she is. Yep.
yes. What are you doing?
No, Mr. Brixton, I've managed to recover my things out of this crack, but there's something else further in, and I'm wondering if it's perhaps something else that's been stolen.
Okay, do I using sleight of hand?
Yeah.
If I can find my sleight of hand.
Yep, it's towards the bottom.
And there it is.
Yep.
Yes. Alright, using sleight of hand, I try to get it out. Give me that thing for a minute there, will you?
Alright.
Alright, here we go.
So your sleight of handing. Oh, Milford Brixton rolls a 25.
What a magic roll.
Wow. Okay. So you managed to, you get it exactly where you need it. You get the blade underneath the box, and you lift it slightly and get it over that little wedged bit of rock that's in the way, and pull it slightly sideways, and then you can reach in, and you've kind of got one arm in there, and you grab it, and you're pulling it back towards you, sliding it through the crack, and finally, boof, it comes out. And it's a chest. It's a small chest. It's about yay big.
Hey, move away, girl. Move away.
What is it?
But chests do strange things sometimes. I've seen it, especially here. Okay. Get my sword. Poke, poke.
Poke, poke. All right. You poke the chest.
Yeah.
It pokes you back. No, it doesn't.
Are there any markings on the chest?
Head size to Super Midnight Fan Club.
Has it got lock on it?
It does have a lock on it. And as for markings, Gudael, you're looking at it. You can make an Arcana check, please. A 14 on your Arcana check. All right. So you make your Arcana check. You can see it's got elven writing around the edges of it.
What's something elven?
Something. You get some sort of in elven arcane script. It says something about a warning.
Mr. Brixton, it got some kind of elvish warning on it.
Like, does it say do not open or something?
Also, Mr. Brixton, can you sit in front of your camera, please, so we can see your beautiful face?
I don't want to see my beautiful face. Okay. Does it say, like, do not open because you're opening something with an awful creature in it or something?
That's what I'm a bit afraid of. I don't want to invite trouble upon the group while they're still having a rest or actually at all.
Hey, Leaf! Yeah, yes? Can you understand this?
I'll try and read the writing on this as well.
All right. So the next check is going to be an open check. So Super Midnight Fan Club has spent 500 divinity, I believe, to make that difficulty rating 16. So you're going to make an Arcana check, difficulty 16. Oh, nice. Okay. All right, Leith, you recognize it as some kind of a warding sigil that's embedded in this elven script, and you suspect that if you tamper with this lock, it may blow up in someone's face.
Oh, I would suggest we try and find some other way to get into this, because it could explode. There's something of a trap on this, I believe. Just from what's written there.
On the chest or the lock?
From what's written on there, there's this is some sort of explosive room.
I'll also say for you, Leith, that it's what you know is that the drow language and the elven language use the same script, even though they speak different tongues, at least in Sidariel. So what you know is that the particular script that they're using, some of the words are clearly drow and not common or elven. So you don't know.
So I don't understand everything that's written there.
No.
Yeah.
But you do recognize the explosive rune.
All I get, and I'll point to the particular rune, is that rune there is specifically about explosiveness.
Oh,
I'm not sure about the rest.
we won't be touching that then.
Probably.
Do I know of any other way in?
So maybe it's a cache of explosives, or maybe it's going to explode. I'm not sure.
Can I think of any other way in using my intelligence?
Any other way into it? Yeah, you can make an intelligence check if you want.
Okay.
What are the rest of you guys doing while this is going on, by the way? Edrin and Adric?
Well, it depends how early into the rest.
That's true, yes. So you guys are resting. That makes sense. Okay, so this is going on kind of quietly. Milford's making an intelligence check.
17.
He rolls a 17. Yeah, I mean, it occurs to you that you could try drilling into it from another direction using some kind of a weapon, or you could smash it on a rock or something like that, but you've no idea, Milford, what that would do as far as the rune is concerned. The rune might be designed to blow up in any kind of tampering with the box. It might not just be the lock; it might be the box that has been set.
Okay, well, that's not worth my trouble. That's not worth my trouble. I could try and pick it and go boom, but I've been so close to death lately, I don't think so. Can I say that?
All right.
I would suggest that maybe we wait until, for want of a better word, morning, and ask Mr. Adric and ask the elves if they know how to, those drow, if they know how to open the box.
It's a good idea.
All right.
Might even be those drow elves' box.
Well, yes, it's quite possible.
Very
They
well.
might have a key.
All right. So what are you guys going to do now? What's the plan, Stan?
I think, Mr. Brixton, you should get some sleep. You've been through quite a lot today.
Oh, true. So true. And he does. He goes back to sleep. He goes back to sleep.
Okay. So yep.
And Miss, what do we call you?
Oh, Gudael.
Gudael. Miss Gudael. Are you in need of rest? I'm unsure.
No, not at present. I've been resting in that hoxy cage
I see.
for some time. I'm just going to have some of my rations and contemplate this box.
I see. I'll plant myself over by the cages and just keep an eye on those drow. If you care to join me, or
Very good.
wonderful. And I'll go over to the cage and sit down and just read my book.
I'm eating.
Very good. Okay, so you have your long rest at this point. And long rest is at least 6 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
The box is in the lament configuration. Okay, so you take your long rest. Now, so press your long rest buttons on your character sheets, please, on D&D Beyond, and we'll see how many hit points you get restored and so on. and yada yada.
Long rest.
Do you-
Okay. Take rest.
Yep. And make sure you confirm it and all of that jazz as well. All right. Confirm. Excellent. All right. So, after your long rest, you're all feeling much better. 6 hours later, you don't get interrupted. And you wake up. Leith is still sitting on guard. Leith has been watching the entire time. Wow, welcome. We've got some new people come and rated us with 18 viewers. That's amazing. Wow, incredible.
everybody.
Yeah, man, thank you. Awesome to have you
Hey,
guys.
everybody.
We are playing Dungeons and Dragons and Vaingate, the Vaingate Chronicles from New Zealand. So that's why we all have funny accents, except for Gudael, who has an even weirder accent. Because she's from, if I'm not mistaken, she's from Canada.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So, yes, mimic N monstrosities. Woo. That's amazing. Thank you, guys. Well, feel free to subscribe and you know, do all the things and blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go on about it. So these guys have taken... You go up to the drow. Okay. They're in the cage. They watch as you approach, quite sitting there quite sinisterly.
Hey guys, can you understand a word I'm saying?
They look at each other for a moment, silently.
They didn't understand me, Mr. Brixton, so I really don't think they're going to understand you.
Mr. Brixton is quite misunderstood.
Okay. So, okay. It's a pity that you can't understand me, because then I can't unlock this door, you know. Do they have any other reaction to I'm not unlocking the door?
Okay, at this point you can make an insight check.
Okay. Oh. My character sheet is in. Oh, fuck. My character sheet is doing this. I want to roll down every time. Come on, give me a good one.
Oh, that's a good idea, Gunblade guy. I'll have to figure that out. Okay, your insight check is a 10. It's not great. You can't really tell whether these drow have reacted or not to what you've said. They just look at each other and they look back at you.
Okay, alright.
Staring through the cage door.
Is Edric awake?
I think now that you guys are making enough commotion, and he's rested enough that he would. So I just unzip my sleeping bag, stand out of it, stretch my back out.
Unzip your sleeping bag. That's okay.
So, it's not okay. As if it's buttoned.
The equivalent thereof.
How he slept is he climbed into it and then sat upright like your dad on a Sunday.
Okay.
And then this morning it's like unbuttoning them gradually. Steps out, cracks his back, and it sounds like someone threw a fully built Jenga tower down a flight of stairs. All that giant stuff always cracks. Gentlemen.
Mr. Edric.
Yes.
Mr. Edric, during the night, Miss Gudael and I found this chest along with her stuff, and I was wondering if you might be able to determine with our drow friends here if this chest belongs to them.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Sorry, it was about like 10 minutes ago. The chest doesn't have like writing on it, does it?
It does have some runes, yes.
Hey,
and those runes have something to do with explosives.
Russell, can I read the runes?
Can you read the runes?
I can read Undercommon, Common, Celestial, Dwarvish, and Giant.
No, you cannot read these runes.
These are mighty unfamiliar. I'm usually quite good at runes. No problem.
Well, yes, me too. But the only word that I could see in these runes was actually explosive, and that's it. I'm not sure if it's explosives in the chest or the chest will explode itself.
It's, I mean, to be really specific, Leith, it's not even that. It's a rune that you recognize as being an explosive rune.
Oh, okay. That rune will explode if tampered with. So.
Well, worst case scenario, this would be mighty useful if we were to throw it in the mouth of something very, very dangerous and large. So anyway, back to these gentlemen.
Surely we want to know what's inside the, or if it indeed does belong to them.
This is true, but just in case something that may or may not help us, I'm going to walk over to the drow and go, good morning, gentlemen. I hope your accommodation was delightful and you slept well.
You're so kind, dwarf, so kind. Would you open the gate, please? Open the gate. We are very hungry.
Before that, I was just about to say I'd like to get you some food before we let you out. And
very kind.
That, of course, is this box here. Do you recognize it?
Yes.
Could you illuminate me about its contents?
They look at each other again. It has some valuables from our home.
I see. And I don't even want to press you too much on this. Would you mind telling me what sorts of valuables? As much as trustworthy gentleman as you've been with me thus far, you understand when I'm a little bit reticent with this, yes?
You do not wish to steal the contents of this box. These are the contents of Makeda Ra'ash. She is the matron mother of Abnogur.
I see. I'm afraid that doesn't mean quite so much to me as it should. But I will regale this to my companions and bring you some food right quick. And I go back to Leith to go. All right. So this belongs to them, and apparently it's got some artifacts of some description to their matron of a word I cannot pronounce.
I see. Perhaps we should hold on to this stuff then, and that could be some sort of enticement for them to actually follow through on guiding us through this place.
I believe that would be incredibly wise. Something even just as wise. Let's get them some food. They've been there all night.
Oh, yes, we can at least afford them that courtesy.
Absolutely.
Now, out of game, I understand, Joe, you need to take a quick break. I actually also need to take a quick break. So I think we should adjourn for 5 minutes. Or is that enough time? Actually, if it's not enough time, I'm going to come back anyway. And Joe's character, you're going to be unconscious.
Okay.
All right. So let's get this out of the way and get back as fast as we can.
Okay.
Anything else you guys want to say? No.
Do I need to do anything with my screen?
Nope. You can just leave it there. I'm going to do this. Watch this.
She says she like every time you speak, she quietens down. Then when we speak, she volumes it up, and then you interject and she
Okay, so we need to sort that out.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, all of you are the same to me as everyone else. So everyone's balanced for me at least.
I mean, I hope I'm more than okay. This is an expensive good mic. Ow, God. Sorry, I'm getting one moment. Just got air bubbles in here. Yeah, you have to kind of wiggle this thing around to get air bubbles out from the latex.
Oh.
Yeah, otherwise you end up fidgeting and it doesn't last as long. It's projected to last about 2 years. Which, you know, it's new car prices. So not new car, very used car prices, but you know, whatever. Steve, what do you think of my wig? It's me.
Oh, beautiful.
There we go.
It's real people here.
Oh. Person here.
Yes.
Now, I just want to check on the sound from everybody who's watching the stream. Obviously, we are still learning what we're doing. We're getting better, but figuring this out as we go along. I just added a new sound source, which theoretically should be audio output capture from our speakers.
Super Midnight Fan Club, you're too kind.
So the sound is better. Bubsy B, is that what I heard? Check. Can you guys talk for me?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Can
Yes.
be treacherous.
Talking like a person.
The precious, the always wants the precious, filthy, stupid hobbitses.
Awesome, that's good to hear.
Nice.
Thank you. Very good impression, by the way. Yes.
Good to hear that hobbits is filthy.
We can have dueling hobbits impressions.
Brilliant. I need to find like a better script than my memory. Otherwise, I'm just going to start rattling off nothing.
Right. Okay, welcome back, Barry. Okay, so guys, you guys are having this conversation. You've had your long rest. Suddenly, your new friend, Gudael, literally just collapses in front of you.
Right?
I'm
I'm gonna waddle over and do a medicine check.
Okay, make your medicine check, please.
Thank you, Russell. Well, seeing as I got an 8, I think I'm probably feeling my own pulse in my wrist.
Okay, yeah, you can't tell what the deal is with her. She might be very sick. Hard to say.
Can I try a medicine thing?
Yeah, you can try.
Well, I'll give it a go. Why
I'm
not?
just going to check what the sound's like on this screen.
I hope you get like lower than me so you can feel my pulse.
No, 10.
Paste that in
Damn
there.
it.
Okay, so that was a 10. Okay, you don't. Do
I'm
much
not
better.
sure what we do.
Is she all right? What's going on?
I don't know. I'm looking for a pulse. Oh no, I can't be there. I can't feel anything
You know,
there.
her pulse seems strong and it's vaguely familiar.
That's not a pulse, is it? I'm sure that's not a pulse.
It's a joke. I use humor to deflect my anxieties, but pardon me, Mr. Brixton.
Oh, I'm sorry I didn't catch it. Forgive me. It was so funny. I missed it completely.
Missed it.
So while
Yeah,
you guys are
completely.
laughing, Gudael's on the ground, twitching, and her eyes are rolling back.
Shit.
Oh,
Do you know anything about what's going on?
who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you.
Oh, no. Oh, I don't know what's going on with her. Should we perhaps lie her in a better position than just flailing around on the ground?
I'll give it a go, shall I? Okay, I'll try and put her in so she's not flat on her back but sideways.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you can do that.
Okay, can I try medicine again?
You can try medicine again.
It won't help, but 12.
Well, she seems to be breathing. She has a pulse. She's not dead. But she is kind of having a fit. So,
Okay.
I mean, you don't know what epilepsy is, so you don't know that. But as an outsider, as a player, you would recognize it as a sort of an epileptic fit.
It's she's got a pulse. She's breathing, and I think she's having one of the kids, mother's kids. They used to do something like this. I don't know what she called it, but I think she'll be all right. Don't know what she called it.
So do we just leave her like this until it's?
Well, that's what Mother used to do. Mother used to leave the kid for a while.
Is the, so there's nothing we can do. We just need to let this pass.
Hamir comes over and has a look. You should probably put something in her mouth so she does not swallow her tongue.
I'm gonna take out my hand axe and put the haft in her mouth. Will this do?
Yeah, well, if it stops her from swallowing her tongue, I'm sure it will do.
All right. Pardon me, miss. Sticks it in there.
You might want something smaller than that, though. It seems to be quite enormous. Yes?
What about one of me arrows? One of the arrows will do it.
Yes, that's a much more reasonable decision, I think.
I put a cloth around it too. Put the cloth where,
That's very thoughtful of you. All right, so you wrap some cloth around an arrowhead, or not?
I'm just worried about her breaking the arrow.
Okay. So you wrap some cloth around the arrow. Is it the head or the haft?
Like no, the center part. The center part of the arrow.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, and you stick that in her mouth, and you hold her mouth open. And this is all part of your medicine check.
Yeah.
All right. And she lays there, and you see her eyes rolling back, and she looks back and forth in various directions, and she seems to be afraid. And then she goes into this calm space where she just sort of stops struggling and stops flailing, and she lays there very calmly.
Can I remember what Mother used to do with that when that happened? If that happened?
You can make an intelligence check.
Okay. Intelligence. It's up here, way up here. Okay, me intelligence.
13.
13.
Yeah, well, you think Mother would do something a bit like this. This is pretty much what you would think she would do. She might get some ice and or hot water available just in case she starts breaking into a fever or something like that, or she starts getting very cold.
Have you got any cold water?
You've definitely got cold water. It's actually quite chilly down here.
Okay, I'll get it ready. Nevertheless, she might want a water if and when she comes to.
All right.
Well, she might need some water as well, but don't give it to her now.
I don't know if this will help, but I mean, it's just I just keep it on as a souvenir. But I've got some holy water. She's the devout sort, so this might help. This is very out of my jurisdiction, gentlemen. I'm really quite
You dwarf.
I don't really know what to do either.
Dwarf.
Yes, gentlemen.
Open the cage.
A wee medical emergency, and then we'll see to you guys.
That is how we found her.
I see. They gentlemen, they say they found her like this.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Russell. Are they? Can I do an insight check to see if they are lying to me?
Yes, you can. You can make an insight check.
Thank you very much.
Can you also?
Total of 17.
17. You are not inclined to believe this particular drow on this day at this time during this particular weather?
Located entirely in this cavern.
Entirely in this cavern.
He says it, but something off about his face that makes me not really believe him. It might just be the climate.
The other one leans into the side of the cage and speaks in Undercommon too. Yes, we found her like that. That is exactly how we found her.
Oh, well then, you should be able to tell us how to help her then, seeing as she was so lucid in the cage with you.
They look at each other. We gave her something that was in that box. You should open the box, actually.
Ah, well,
The other one
how
looks at him
do I open it?
Oh, you just flick the latch.
Well, you see, I would, except there's this rune here that says explode.
No. You can ignore that rune. That is just to dissuade the fools.
I see. And if I were to open it next to you, then?
Oh, no. You can open it over there. It's fine.
Well, you said it was really quite precious to your matron, so I'd hate to interject there.
Brixton picks up to ask you for the box. Can I have the box for a minute?
Absolutely, Brixton. I hand it to him, and I say in common, I think they're trying to blow us up.
That's what I think. Okay, so he takes it over to the
I
cage.
really do not trust them.
He takes it over to the cage.
All right.
And he says, I know you can't understand me, but if I try to open this...
What is this fool saying to us?
He's speaking a language I don't understand. I'm terribly sorry.
All right. Continue.
I fake about to open it. I fake that in front of them.
Okay.
Now, what do I do to achieve that?
You can make an intimidation check. I think that would probably do it. It could either be intimidation or deception, whichever one you feel more appropriate.
Deception, I would imagine, because I'm trying to fool them. 18.
Okay, with an 18. All right, they both just leap to the other side of the cage, almost knocking the cage over.
Start clapping for them. Well done, gentlemen. You just fucked up your own lie. I'm so proud of you.
Was worth a try, dwarf.
And what then? You're left in that cage forever. No one finds you, and you just watch us all decay.
We would have broken out sooner or later.
Maybe, or something would have eaten you.
Do you want to give me the key to the box?
My friend there is asking for the key to the box.
They look at each other.
Or do you want me to set it off?
They start speaking in another language that neither of you understand.
I would suggest that keeping the box as some sort of encouragement to them to continue with us, to actually show us around.
Milford, can you make an insight check?
Good idea. If it
Okay, hang on.
Master Leith, I believe Mr. Adrian's initial suggestion of putting them on a wee saucer and just bearing them along with us might be best, because I was gonna let them out until they just pulled this Mickey.
Well, they're probably not going to help us, but if this chest contains their equipment, then they might just help us.
That's a good suggestion, actually.
16.
All right, Milford, what you notice is that when these two drow elves speak to each other, they are using some hand signals that you recognize as being what is called thieves' cant, which is a secret language that only rogues and thieves and people of the underbelly of the criminal organizations of the world, kind of like gang signs and what have you, recognize. Yep. So you recognize this thieves' cant interspersed with whatever it is that they're speaking to each other, which is not anything that you can understand, but they know something about thieves' cant. That's what you recognize.
Okay. These guys know a thing called Thieves' Camp.
Well, it's not very nice of you to say about yourself. Thieves can.
Thieves' Camp. It's a language.
Oh, I see.
They're doing it with their hands. What are they saying, Russell?
What are they
With their
saying?
hands.
They're saying, didn't the ogre take the key?
Check the ogres.
All right then.
Look for a key.
I was about to say Edrin. Adric walks over to one of the ogres and starts just rifling through. They're just wearing loincloths and stuff, aren't they?
Yep.
This is awful. I hate this. Just gonna start rifling through the loincloth.
You can make an investigation check.
Brilliant. I got a 6.
Okay, you are not finding anything.
That's not a key.
That's not a key. Whatever that was is not a key. You thought it was
What the hell
something.
are you doing?
I'm looking for a key, and
Well, that's not a bloody key, is it?
well, it depends on your interpretation of the word key.
Put it down. You don't want to be touching that thing. Put it down.
Hey, Master Regent, you're scoffing there to yourself. Come help me rifle through whatever.
Oh,
is in
I'm
here.
not. Adrian is still out cold.
Oh, Idris.
Is he still having a rest?
Ah, yeah. Sorry if I missed something. My gout is giving me a little bit of trouble. Is everything? My God, what is she doing on the ground?
She's having a
What
wee
have I
bit of...
missed?
Goodale, you begin
Are
to
you
wake up.
touching an ogre? What have I? Am I?
You've just
He
been
pinches himself.
in conversation with your goddess for the last few minutes. You don't know how long it's been, but you've been in the embrace of Sehinine Moonbow. and
Will
she's
you
been-
put that down? You don't need it. It's not what you're looking for.
Well, it might be hidden between and or underneath.
We can have that conversation later.
Oh,
Why has she got an arrow in her mouth, Brixton?
this is. Oh,
I just I'll leave those guys and I'll go to her and I'll take it. How you feeling?
Oh, well,
Chat.
I'm okay, thank you. Sorry, it's been happening for some months. I just lose consciousness quite suddenly. But,
Okay, I know they're ugly, but they can't help it, you know.
hey, speak for yourself.
I will have you know, I'm quite a catch among dwarfs. Thank you. I was even married once.
It's good
It's
to
quite
see.
fair for me.
How often do you do that little trick then?
how often?
Yes.
Oh, well, it might happen once a month. It might happen. I have no control over it. It's quite random.
Hey guys, it looks like sometimes we're gonna have to carry her, you know.
That's fine. That's
Oh.
fine.
She can sit on the disc if she likes.
So at this point, you don't know what disc he's talking about, I don't think, do you?
No.
No, there's no disc in front of you, so you've no idea what he's talking about.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, the disc hasn't yet.
I'm gonna go over and look for the key myself. This lot are hopeless.
I'm still looking for the key.
Box. Have we gotten into the box yet?
I'm getting the key.
No,
What
no,
box?
we haven't. But we're
There's a
looking
box?
for a key.
Have I got a
what's the
rock
box?
perception?
What are catching up here do we have to do with you, my friend?
Investigation, Barry.
Investigation. Come on, guys. Investigation. Investigation. Ah, no, 8.
Oh, I just woke up. Mr. Brixton, do you need any assistance with anything? It seems I've missed an incredible amount of information.
Ah, yuck. I'll take my hands off that.
Such as why you're touching an ogre so intimately.
Yes, I'm not quite sure. I want to investigate an ogre's loincloth. Thank you very much.
What are we
come
looking
on, Mr.
for?
Leith. Get your elbows deep.
He goes bright purple.
Okay.
What are we looking for with these ogres?
Well, a key that'll fit that there very small box on this very large ogre's person. So,
All
it
right,
might take a time.
Where did the box come from?
Oh, that little crack over there. No, not that crack. That crack.
Oh, pardon me.
Okay.
We found this chest with Miss Gudael's. Is that correct?
Gudael, yes.
Guriel. We found it with her equipment. And I took a stab in the dark that it might belong to the drow elves, and it seems that it does belong to them, but it looks like it might explode if we open it, going by the runes. One of the runes.
Right.
Okay, Russell, can I roll investigation again after all that conversation?
You're still investigating. Well, you don't find any keys on any ogres at this point, but you get the feeling that you should go and have a look in that crack again, so you can roll investigation again now.
I'll go and look in that crack.
While he's looking, can I have a gander as well? Just because I've been here fondling away searching this entire time.
Oh, six. No. It could be in there, but I can't see it.
The ogre crack. That should be the name of this episode. But it won't be.
Good name for a bar.
An underdark bar. It's like the yawning portal.
Underdark.
Yeah.
It's the bar at the other end of the yawning portal.
Adric, let's get your investigation.
Cool. It's at the wrong side of the tracks in the yawning portal.
Yep.
10.
A 10. That's a mean 10, and you can't see any key here.
You know what?
All right.
I give up. Mr. Agent, I'll let me tag with you.
Okay, very good. I won't touch the hand just because of where it's been.
It's all fun. It's all fun.
It occurs to
I'll
me.
high five him.
Hamir steps
I'll high five
forward.
him, and then press the digitation, the filth off my hand.
You can't remove the memory. It was there once.
Hamir
No, I
steps
can't.
forward.
And I would like to do two things. Oh yes, Amir.
It occurs to me that perhaps the Barachiel envoy wizards might have some tricks up their sleeves to dispel this rune. They'll get in here, trust me, with a pop.
Right. I would like to do two things, if that's all right, Mr. Hamir.
Yes.
I will do one. I'll do my own I just like to, for Edrin's own safe of mind, do an Arcana check on the runes.
Okay.
Not that he doesn't trust Leith, but just so he can, wants to have a look for himself.
I'm going to give you advantage on this Arcana check because you know what you're looking for because he's already done the groundwork.
Oh, thank you, Leith. I don't know why I opened Netflix. I meant to open Infinity Beyond. That's particularly odd. Oh, okay. So that's the first roll was an 18. And then the second roll is total 24.
Wow. Okay, yes, it is definitely a rune of warding, and it will definitely explode if you try and tamper with this box.
Unless we've got, the key.
Yeah, and it will do force damage.
Okay.
You're aware of that too.
And then I would like to... And then I would like to have a look in the little cranny that everyone's been so curious about.
I do have one idea that might that might just work if we can't find the key.
What's your idea?
What was that, Russell?
I was just saying for Edrin to investigate. Make his investigation check. Please continue, Leith.
And I'll just I'll just create my mage hand.
Aha. Your mage hand appears.
And go, well, we could put this chest at a distance and I could open it with this.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I did get a 19 on the investigation.
You did. All right. So searching around in there, you find a key.
Yeah.
Or we could use the key that Mr. Edrin's just found.
Or you could do
I like
both.
Ideally. Yes, I materialize a mage hand as well, and I start stepping backwards from the chest, and I say, I think it'd be best if everyone else did that as well.
We do.
Does the same, but I have my shield in front of me too. All right, go. I'm quite
Uh,
safe.
So has
So we're all
everybody
30
here
feet
seen
away?
has everybody here seen a mage hand before? Because it's quite bizarre if you haven't. So what color is your mage hand? Each of you, are they the same color? Is one blue and one red and one? You could describe your mage hands, please.
Mine's sort of purple and floats in the air, kind of like cousin.
Thing?
What the thing? Thank you. From the Addams Family. So it's sort of like
Right, but it moves in the air, hovering in the air, right, around a sort of eye height, something like that. Head height?
round about head height.
Okay, and it's kind of made of this eldritch energy, this purplish eldritch energy, right?
Yep.
Okay. Meanwhile, Edrin, what's your mage hand look like?
My mage hand kind of it's like a spectrally brown, kind of like Coca-Cola in the air. Or brandy, or very dark brandy. And it's very kind of old and decrepit, like a very senile hand. Definitely not mine. I'm not that old. But I guess because I know where it comes from, I know that it's a senile hand. It belongs to like a 90-year-old person.
It reminds me of a joke, actually.
It's like, oh god.
So what's this? It's a dead one of these.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's nice.
What's it doing? Well, that's right.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a brain sucker. What's it doing? It's starving. Yeah. Enough of that.
Yeah, the hand, as it goes along, it kind of twitches a little bit uneasily, and every time that happens, Adrian kind of looks away a little bit because he doesn't like it when it twitches. And then he turns the lock with the mage hand and kind of.
All right.
Turn the lock!
As you turn the lock, you get this feeling of this sort of winding up of eldritch energy surrounding the box as it sort of goes.
Are we alive?
And it
Hey,
sparkles.
look, I can still see you, Brixton. Oh, bugger.
There's this discharge of magical force around the box.
Well, that's nice, isn't it?
Sparkles for a moment.
Absolutely nice.
You see this
Yes.
Alright.
sparks fly off it for a moment more. Welcome, Wild Heart.
I'm scared to move my my mage hand. So Leith, if you would do the honors of having yours open it up.
Oh, yes, and I'll take out the lock and flip up the catch and open the lid.
All right, it explodes in your face and you're dead. No, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Well, life well lived.
Yeah, that was a short game. Thank you very much. You can all go home now. Okay, so you open it up, and inside it you find a potion, some gems, and some coins of various sorts. Now, you've never seen these types of coins before, and the potion has some kind of arcane writing. That's what I'm trying to say, written on the side of it.
I'll lift up the potion with my mage hand and get it to bring it to me and examine it.
All right, very good. It does.
Would you like me to arcana check it?
Yep.
Ooh.
A 13.
Okay, you recognize the symbols on it, and it's something to do with clairvoyance.
Ooh.
Never heard of her.
It is, in fact, it is clairvoyance. Never heard of it. You're dead as well. There's going to be a team wipe. There's going to be a team wipe. Wild at heart. It's going to be a TPK, but not for the reasons you'd like. Definitely not for the reasons I would like. Anyhow, so there's the rest of the box is filled with coins and gems. Now the gems, if you would like to make a nature check.
It was good with that.
Ooh, let me see. I might be.
Is everyone making a nature check?
No, it's only the one with the mage hand. That's Edrin right now, who's examining the contents of the box.
I mean, Leith. Awesome.
Oh.
I will do a nature check then. I'm not too bad.
Well,
at
actually,
that.
let's just
I
clear
open
this up.
Netflix
Let's clear this up. I'm trying to recall exactly how this happened. One of you opened the box. Who was that? That was Edrin, right?
Leith. I unlocked it,
He
and then
unlocked it.
afraid
I
to
opened
move it, I had Leith open it.
Okay, so these two mage hands are working together to open the box and then move the box. So where has the box been moved to then?
And then they happily shake hands with each
Yeah,
other.
they shake hands. Mine kind of twitches a little bit. Maybe a finger goes off, kind of like a glitch.
Okay, so who's got the box?
I think it's still there. We're just bringing stuff
No,
to
no.
us.
The question is, what's in the box?
What's in the box? Okay, well, as I say, there's coins in the box, and there's a potion in the box. And there
What's
is,
in the box, man?
Yeah.
What's in the box?
What's in the box, man?
Why
I'm
could
going
you put the bunny
to.
back in the box?
I will bring a gem over to me with my mage hand.
All right.
Flinching when it drops and then goes like that. And I'll do a nature check,
Nature check.
as requested.
Please do make your nature check.
Not too shabby.
At this point, Morgan Freeman begins to narrate.
At this moment, he knew. Sorry, I'm also sending in a check I did on accident. But the nature check was a 15, I believe.
A 15. So you're still not connected to the account at the moment, to the campaign.
I did it on my phone, so it should have come up. Yeah, it says on the log. Edrin Montkopf nature 15 on the log on mine.
Does it just?
Is that really not?
Does it just? It doesn't come up on mine. No, last thing on mine
Yay!
is wow, Mr.
This is amazing how it's not working suddenly.
Yep. D&D Beyond extension. Woot woot.
Well,
okay.
Well, here it is if you need to see it. But
All right. What was it? 15.
It was 15.
All right. You recognize this gem as being worth approximately, you'd say about 25 gold pieces. You reckon? And there's about 6 of these gems in this box.
I'll have them float back into the box.
All right. Very good. But there's a bunch of coins in the box too.
Yes, I think Mr. Edric should have a look at those since he is the expert on coins at this moment in time. I mean, you've been the expert on coins thus far.
Oh well, because I hate to toot my own horn, but well, yeah, I'll have a wee look.
Okay, Adric, you don't recognize the stamps on these coins. You've never seen coins like this before, except to say that you're pretty certain they're drow coins.
Well, by context, I'd have to say at first they're drow coins, but I couldn't tell you what they're worth. This all.
They are made of gold.
It's a very strange mint, but it's made of gold, so there's that. We could just melt it down, use it for something useful. Or, you use it as gold coins.
I do rather fancy this potion. It could be of great help, and I think I could find good uses for it. It is a just to be clear, it is a clairvoyance potion.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Oh, very good. Yes, I think it'd be good if you hung on to it, Leith, as well as payment for payment from the drow for almost blowing us up, apparently.
Now, I hate to interject here, my fellows, but you are on a mission for the Barachiel envoy. You understand that everything you find here belongs to us. And if you
Yes, of
take anything
course.
at all, it will be at the discretion of our good master, Xandor Rem.
Including things belonging to the drow?
He looks at you. Truly, do I need to explain everything to you, Leith?
I thought our mission here was to investigate the giants.
You thought. That was your first mistake. Thinking.
Well, that is why I was employed on
You're
this.
here to take instructions, boy.
I see, sir.
Surely, Mr. Hamir, it would be wise to utilize the potions or any items we come across during our excavation as much as possible. And then when we get back, if there's anything spare, we obviously hand it over. But I think in the meantime, it's good if Leith hangs on to it in case we come across some needs for it in order to further the excavations in the second dig site.
That's what you think, eh? Very well.
What my friend, what Mr. Edrin said, yes.
The black lung.
The mining. Yes, I'm familiar. Well, dwarves don't quite get that, but yes.
So Hamir takes out some paper and makes some notes in his book.
Well, from what the drow told us, there are a couple more treasure sites that we can go and explore if we want to keep exploring. That is.
Do you guys want to make a perception check at this point?
Yes. I got a hefty 12.
A hefty 12.
I'm gonna do it at disadvantage.
Big fat 20, a 12,
Damn.
22. From Edrin, it's now working again.
14.
Oh yeah, and I rolled it at disadvantage because I assume I'm not exactly great in the dark beyond the firelight.
Which is
14.
impressive that you got a 22 and Milford gets a 14. Okay, so all of you at that point hear a sound coming from the distance up towards where you came from.
I hide.
Okay, Milford hides. Make a stealth check, Milford. And it sounds like
Your microphone's got
18.
rather quiet, Russell.
okay, it's not. You're not picking up anything from my amazing.
Oh, there we are. Now we are.
Foley
Yeah,
sound
it's
effects.
come back now. You're speaking.
I heard a
Yeah,
single click.
It seems to
18.
block me whenever I make sound effects. It's very annoying.
Yeah,
I wonder what I can
yeah.
do about
Sound.
that.
It's probably just use sound gates set to that decibel range.
Yeah, I'm guessing so. Okay, so anyway, it's a kind of a clicking noise that comes in. In fact, you can all hear it. Edrin, I'll tell you what, because you got so high, and also who else got high?
Got 18.
I got a
Um,
20.
You got
A
a
dirty
20.
20.
All right, so you also notice that the sound seems to come in a kind of a cycle of about 8 and then repeats itself. And there seems to be at least 2 or 3 sets of this sound.
Spiders?
Hiding
Roll stealth.
from spiders, shall we,
Hiding from
ladies
spiders.
and gentlemen?
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Oh,
Looking
Maybe
down at
we
my
should do
chainmails,
something
I say
about.
so.
Maybe we should do something about the drow we are currently keeping captive.
Oh, you mean the live
I'm
bait?
going to hide. And
Yes, but it'd
even
be
with
good.
Who's been
Even
rolling?
It'd be good if
my
they didn't
advantage
say
on
anything.
hiding, I
Persuasion
rolled a
checks.
9.
Everyone's making persuasion checks instead of perception checks. What the hell's going on here?
I got an 18 on stealth.
Nice.
That's something.
Okay.
Persuasion.
All right, so
Where's my perception? Ah, there we go. I would have just gotten one lower for perception.
that's fine.
But we're making stealth checks now.
Right, so
Yeah, ooh, yay.
Adric and Gudael, I'm going to say you guys have the same idea and you move to the same position, which is behind a large pillar on the other side of the cages. In the back corner of the room in the dark, below a spider web, actually, you kind of realize at that point. But it's up in the roof kind of area, about 100 feet away. Where did the rest of you hide?
There was sort of a outcrop or something, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hide like on the opposite side to where of that outcrop from where the
Right, there's a pile of rubble, basically between the cages and the campfire and the stairs that came down. There's a pile of rubble, and you can move around behind that pile of rubble.
Yeah, I'll get behind the pile of rubble.
All right, so you're over there. Edrin, that was a 3, is that correct? Okay, so Edrin, you're kind of looking around, trying to figure out what to do, and Hamir has disappeared. Everybody else has basically vanished. Milford, where are you?
I'm.
You can climb up things too. So
Yeah,
you know.
I've gone up.
All right,
And
so
I'm hiding up, and yeah.
All right, I'm going to say that you go back up to that place where you were pouring the poison over the top of the ogre into its food before you got thrown on your back and smashed on the ground and nearly died.
Yeah.
All right. Let us down.
All right, so you're back up there hiding again, but you found a sweet spot where you figured out what you did wrong last time. Right, that's cool. But meanwhile, Edrin is kind of standing in the middle by the fireplace, trying to figure out where to go and realizing that everybody's pissed off.
If I see that, I will shoot down using my cunning thingamajig to gain speed to get to him fast.
All right.
That cunning
action.
Yeah, and grab him and hide him in some place.
Okay, you can try that. That's going to take an athletics check and another 2 stealth checks so that you can stealth yourself.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, no, you're going to give him the help action so he can make another stealth check. Okay, so you make an athletics check, he makes a stealth check with advantage.
Hang on.
Okay.
Athletics.
And then, Brixton, you're going to have to hide yourself again. Although you can do that with advantage because you know of 2 good places at that point.
So the first
come
roll.
on, do good.
Milford's
it's only a 10.
10. Okay. Well, all right. You don't break your leg getting down to him. That's a good start.
Okay. Right. What do I need to do next?
Edrin's now hidden. Now you need to make another stealth check for yourself, but with advantage.
Stealth.
With advantage, Milford.
Okay, with advantage. Thank you. Stealth with advantage. Stealth with advantage. $12.
Okay. Really? 12?
Yeah.
Amazing. Okie dokie. Very good.
Okay.
Very good. All right. So you guys are hiding there, and you can hear the sound coming closer and closer. This clicking 8-fold sound. Can any of you sort of peeking out to have a look or anything like that, or are you just hiding?
I'm hiding. Still hiding.
Gudael?
Yes, I'm peeking.
You're peeking. Okay. You make a perception check.
Ooh, I'm not very perceptive.
What was it though?
Rolled an 8.
It was an 8. Okay. Well, you can see shadows coming down the corridor, that huge gallery corridor that is behind these guys from whence they all came. Actually, you don't even remember moving through that corridor. You must have been unconscious during that whole period. You don't even know how far underground you are at this point. But you see shadows moving from that direction. Anybody else peek? No? No?
I will do... Oh, sorry, Leaf?
Leaf doesn't much like spiders, so he's not going to look.
I can't resist it.
All right.
Perception.
I'm just doing comprehend languages, so if I can hear them, I can understand them.
6. All I see is shadows, I suppose.
Your comprehend languages would have run out after your rest.
No, yeah, I've cast it again,
You
so
cast it
I'm
again?
expending a spell slot.
Okay, so it's just you're
comprehend.
just booting it up now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and does that have a verbal component?
I believe it does.
Does it?
Yes.
Does it boot up like Windows?
Yes. Well, you better hope not, because if it does, it won't. You might have to boot it up a couple of times to get it going. I'm going to get you to make another stealth check just to do it quietly.
Ooh. I got an 11.
An 11. Okay, so you guys are there, and the fireplace is just getting quite dim now. Like, the fire is really burnt down low. This is the ogre's fire. And you guys are all in your hidden positions, and at this point you start to see these massive spider shadows being cast on the walls around you. Like, obviously you cannot see the source because you're not looking, but you see 3 huge spiders and more of these cages on the backs of these spiders, and at least 3 more of the drow coming across, and the spiders sort of lurching from side to side as they come down. And then suddenly the drow who are in the cage start calling out to them. And Adric, you can hear them shouting, "Help! Help! They're here! Watch out! They're hiding! They're hiding! Get them!"
Ah, shit.
And the spiders all stop. Now you will suffer at the hands of the matron's elite, dwarf.
Who are you calling a dwarf?
So you
I'm
step
gonna
out.
walk. I'm gonna step out, walk out, and I'm going to do my my giant thing.
All right, initiative from everybody, please.
I'm gonna cast Hex at the closest one.
All right, hold your horses. Initiative first. And also, if you can carry my initiative for me, please, Leith, that would be useful.
Yep, sure.
While I get everything.
Russell, could I perhaps convince you that my giant thing and stepping out is in fact intimidation?
You could do that.
That was my case.
You can make an intimidation check.
Lovely, thank you.
5 for perception. I mean, for
Initiative.
initiative, yeah.
I got
Sorry.
a 4. Oh, who's that?
Got a 14 for initiative.
Okay, so Milford was a 5. Gudael was a 14. Adric gets a massive 1.
For my initiative, but my intimidation was 18.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so...
Leith, what's your initiative?
Mine was 4.
4. And Edrin, what's your initiative?
I got a 15.
A 15. That's very nice. Very nice. Okay, and now for some initiatives on my part. Ooh. I wish I could share these roles with the audience, but then I know that you guys are spying on the stream, so that wouldn't help either. All right. So, Adric, you step out, and what do you say exactly?
Who are you calling a dwarf?
All right. At that point, a short bow arrow comes. Wait, I'm sorry. A crossbow, a hand crossbow arrow comes flying in your direction. What's your armor class, Adric?
18.
18. It misses and sails past your face. Edrin, it's your turn.
Edrin is gonna go stand up, point towards a spider and rider that is further away from Adric, and yell, "Suppressing fire!" And he's gonna launch off a ice knife. An ice knife, rather.
An ice knife. All right.
So I need to, first of all, however this works. No.
He's a wizard, Harry.
I'm aiming at a spider. I'm aiming at one of the spiders. I rolled a 10 to hit.
Okay, unfortunately that misses. The spider crawls
However,
sideways out of the way.
Everything everything within 5 feet, which includes the rider and a spider that might be within 5 feet, need to make a dexterity saving throw as well, please.
All right, fair enough. Okay. Both the spider and the drow fail their dexterity saving throws. What happens?
Awesome. So they take. Sorry, hang on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, that's nice.
Is that
what about the next one?
5
Okay,
damage?
it's not letting me do it. I'm trying to get the 2d6. So it's not exactly working. So I'm going to do that. Roll 2d6.
Yeah, roll 2d6.
They take 6 cold damage.
6
there we go.
cold damage. Does that cause a slow on them or anything like that?
No, it's just an extra 6 points of cold damage.
All right.
It's a targeted attack with a little bit of AoE, and then I'm just gonna hit the deck, and try get as much cover as humanly possible.
Okay, so you hit the deck and try and take cover. Gudael, it is your turn. What would you like to do? You're still hiding behind the thing. I believe you hid with Leith, wasn't it?
Right. Yes, I think so.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to hit a spider with a spiritual weapon.
All right, so you're going to summon your spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's have a quick look at this. Spells. Spiritual weapon. Okay, so this is a 2nd level spell, right? That you're casting?
Yes.
All right, so you use a verbal component and you do some gestures. It's going to be around for a minute. That's a bonus action. So you summon your spiritual weapon.
And do I roll for that, right?
Yep, you roll an attack roll for your spiritual weapon. And it has a +4 to hit according to your thingamajig.
Mm-hmm. So it came to a total of 9.
All right. Total of 9. Okay, that unfortunately is going to miss its attack. However, that was just a bonus action. You still have an attack action that you could use if you so desire, and you can move up to 30 feet as well.
Right. So I think I might get out my crossbow and try that. How far away are the spiders?
They're about, from you particularly, the closest one is about 30 feet.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to hit it with my crossbow.
All right, so you step out. You cast your spiritual weapon. It takes an attack. Is the spiritual weapon attacking the same spider as the one you're shooting with your crossbow?
No, I think I sent the spiritual attack in one direction and then I took aim at another spider.
All right, fair enough. All right, so with a 20, that's a good solid hit. Do your damage, please.
Okay. A 2.
A massive 2. All right, well, you get its attention, that's for sure. Okay, and that's a spider, right, that you've hit. I'm going to say is it the same spider that Adrian hit with his ice knife, or is it a different spider?
I think it's the same one.
All right, good plan. Okay, very good. That drow that's mounted on that spider turns towards you and fires a mini hand crossbow in your direction. What's your armor class, please?
13.
13? Okay. 4. Yep, it hits you. 2. You take 8 points of damage from the hand crossbow as it hits you in the shoulder. It's not very fun at all. Moving right along, the next drow. Who's currently... Oh, that's right, of course. Adric is standing in the middle of everything, trying to intimidate. 11. Misses you, Adric, I'm assuming. Just double checking. What's your armor class?
18.
18, yeah, it misses you. All right, so that was a crossbow. Milford.
Okay. I am gonna see who amongst my friends have got their enemies occupied.
Okay, well, Adric's standing right in front of one, and right now you are hidden, so you will get advantage on your next attack, and you will get your sneak attack damage presently.
Okay. I attack with my sword and my knife.
All right, so you launch yourself at the nearest spider. Are you attacking the rider or the spider?
The spider.
Okay, the spider. All right, and this will be the one that's already been hit twice, we shall say.
That's the one I'm looking for.
All right.
What do I have to do? Athletics?
Wow, we just got raided. Awesome. Okay.
Huzzah!
Athletics?
You are making it to hit roll.
Oh, to hit roll.
Yes.
Okay, hang
Leaf.
on. I'm gonna get
And with
the-
advantage, Barry, with advantage.
Just in the stream,
Okay.
Yeah.
your oh no, you've fixed it now. It's all good.
To hit roll.
We're just showing the creature stats.
sword
Ah, we can't have that.
Yeah,
with
We must not have
advantage.
that.
I was trying not to look.
Try not to look. Yes, try not to look. It's ideally we would have a producer. pressing
22.
buttons. 22. Wow. Okay, you totally hit. Give us your damage, please, from your short sword,
Short sword.
and then add your fancy pants sneak attack damage to that afterwards. And yeah, welcome guys. Thank you all for coming.
6.
Hello.
This is Vaingate.
6.
Okay, so you do 6 points of damage to the spider.
With,
Plus
hang on.
your sneak attack damage coming up next.
Yeah, come on. With 7.
With 7. All right. Very good. All right. Cool. Leith, it's your turn.
My turn. You actually got me in the right order this time.
Shut up. Smart Alec. Listen to this guy. Listen to these guys.
So I'm going to cast Hex on the closest of the the drow or the spiders.
It's up to you.
On the closest drow.
On the closest drow.
Yep.
All right. Cast your hex.
Cast my Hex, and then I will cast a Ray of Frost at
And-
that.
And as you cast your hex, I need you to tell me what the effect of your hex is going to be.
I'm going to change my target, actually. I'm going to cast it on the closest spider.
All right.
The effect is going to be dexterity.
Okay, so it has disadvantage on dexterity checks.
On dexterity checks, and then I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay, so you're going to Ray of Frost it. Roll to hit
Yep.
with your Ray of Frost.
That is an 11 after all of that.
And 11. Okay. Does that hit? Does that hit? Let me see. It does not hit. The spider jumps out of the way with the drow rider on top of it. Somebody in the audience is asking, what is a raid? Now, a raid, as far as I'm aware, is when somebody who's got a channel running like this, for example, and they're about to stop streaming, what they can do is they can choose to dump all of their audience members on another channel. Reaped Psyche has just come in here. I think it was Reaped Psyche. Forgive me if I've got this all wrong, because I've got a lot of things going on right now. Has just come onto our channel, and he or she has finished streaming and just dumped all of his viewers onto us. When I say dumped, I mean gifted us all of his viewers, is what I really mean to say. And so thank you, you beautiful people, for coming and watching our little stream. We're still figuring all of this stuff out, but we're getting better at it, and this is like our 5th or 6th session so far.
I didn't get to use my knife, but...
Right, so... Oh, that is true, Barry. You didn't do your bonus action. All right, I'll give it to you now. How about that?
Okay, now...
Unless you want to hide as your... No, you already rolled.
21.
Too late. 21 hits. Yeah, that hits.
And 4 damage.
Nat 20 Productions official is the one who rated. Well, thank you, Nat 20 Productions. Okay, so how
Okay.
much damage did you say it was, Barry?
4.
4. Okay, cool. Oh, that spider is really unhappy with you, and it turns around towards you at that point. Leith misses his ray of frost.
Frost, yep.
The next giant spider with its drow rider jumps towards Adric, and actually the Drider there is going to cast a 15-foot darkness around Adric.
That's no good.
So you guys who are not standing right next to Adric, Adric, you're by yourself here because you were all hiding in different parts of the room. So you've got a 15-foot circle or sphere of darkness around you. Everybody from the outside just sees this inky black patch of space hanging around in the center of the room, around about where the fire was actually, and it is blocking the fire, which means that anyone who doesn't have dark vision just lost pretty much all their sight. Edrin, that sucks for you.
And this orb of darkness. My dark vision can't penetrate it.
Your dark vision cannot penetrate it, and that is
Cool.
about the point when you use your intimidation, because this is still round 1, which fails, unfortunately, because of the darkness.
Damn it.
All right. Moving right along, the first drow fires a crossbow towards Leith, but it misses.
Oh, good.
Zoomp. Yep. All right. And Edrin, it is your turn.
Indeed it is. All I
think
can really...
Okay. So sorry. Was my intimidation my action?
Was it your action?
Yeah, because I crit 1 on my initiative.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I'm going to say that in that round it was your action. Cool. Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Just clarifying.
No, that's good. I appreciate your clarificationing. Yeah, Edrin.
Until such further time as I have a bit more sight, I'm just going to cast Mage Armor on myself, so then I don't die if I'm hit.
Right, and that's a bonus action, is that right?
No, that is a action, I think. Mage Armor, yep.
All right, so that's your action. Do you have a bonus action you want to take?
No, but I'm on the ground, so I'm just going to crawl a little bit. So then I'm going to crawl a little bit because I'm prone, so I'm going to crawl a little bit. So I'm not exactly where I stood up, but I'm like 15 feet. I can only move 15 feet.
Right.
15 feet away, and I kind of just crawl over a little bit to get to different cover.
All right. Very good. You do that. And that's the end of your round, yeah? The end of your turn? Okay. Yeah. Gudael.
Yes.
Gudael.
I think I might send a healing word towards Edrin.
Is Edrin injured?
Edrin is still at maximum hit points.
Oh, are you? Oh, sorry, I thought you were crawling away because you were injured. You're...
No, I'm crawling away because I can't see and slightly useless.
Right. Okay, not that's not an injury. Got it.
No, I'm fine. He'll someone else.
I mean, you could do something like bless or something like that for him if you wanted to. That there are other things you could do.
Yeah, I might do that.
All right.
So, I can bless 3 people.
All right.
Is there anyone who's in a particularly sticky predicament at the moment?
Well, Adric's in a especially sticky predicament. The question is, do you need to be able to see him to cast it?
Do I?
Does it rely on sight? So we need to find out very quickly if it does rely on sight. It does.
The V.
That's a verbal component, so you have to say something. Does it say that you must be able to see the target? That's the real question here.
V is in
It does say 3 creatures of your choice within range.
Within
It doesn't say you need
range.
to.
Okay, in which
Sorry.
case, yes, you can bless 3 people that you want to choose. Any of these guys.
Okay.
So we'll say Adric.
Adric, yep.
Yep. And who
Cool.
else?
And probably Mr. Brixton and Mr. Mistralath.
Mistralath. Okay, so Leith,
Thank you,
Brixton,
Joe.
and Adric. Edrin, you got dumped. Haha. All right, so you guys are
He's
blessed.
got mage armor on. I'm feeling all right about him.
That's true. He does have mage armor on. Okay, so the blessing, what it will do is it's going to give you an extra D4 to add to an attack roll or a saving throw. Okay,
Ooh. Just once?
just once.
Okay.
Just once. All right. So going back to our initiative sequence, that was Gudael's turn. Was that your action or your bonus action, or do you have anything else you want to do in the round? Do you want to move?
I want to move.
You don't need to. There's no necessary need to do
No,
that.
I think this pillar's pretty good cover.
All right.
If I'm allowed to, I wouldn't mind taking another shot with my crossbow.
Take another shot with your crossbow. All right. Let me just double check whether that was that an action or a bonus action? Bless.
Bless.
That was an action, unfortunately.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So you cannot do that. We can just quickly look at your bonus actions.
Oh, if your spiritual weapon is still up, I
Yes.
think you can make another attack with that.
Yes, your spiritual weapon is still up. That is true. That's right. Keep that in mind. You've got that. And make sure Bless wasn't a concentration spell, actually, because that would cancel it.
I think
It
was.
is, but spiritual weapon isn't a concentration. It just lasts a minute.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so Bless is concentration, spiritual weapon is not. Very good, then. Okay, so you can roll to hit for your spiritual weapon, please.
Okay. So I have to roll for that, do I?
Yeah, go down to your spiritual weapon on your spells list, and there's a +4 next to it, and you just click that.
21.
21, that hits. What are you hitting? You hitting the spider again?
Yes, I will hit the spider.
All right,
again.
so then you hit the damage button next to the +4, the 1d8 +2, please.
6.
6, okay, and who's your target right now? Is it the spider or drow?
The spider.
Spider, okay. All right, and is it the one that's already been hit a few times, or is it a different one?
Ooh, different one.
A different one, okay. All right, so that was 6 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay, so Gudael has had her turn. One of the drow turns to fire at who's standing around. Leith, I think, is the most vulnerable right now. You're in trouble, my friend. Oh, but his bow, his crossbow, basically backfires, and the bow snaps on the crossbow. The string breaks, and he just shakes it and drops it. Not very happy with himself. Moving on to the next drow. So
Yes.
at the moment, how it's working at the moment, you notice that the spiders are not attacking. Only the drow are attacking. The spiders are just working as mounts at the moment.
Right.
Okay, so the next drow takes a shot at you, Leith, with a crossbow, and hits for 4 points of damage.
Ouch.
Milford. So now you're not hiding.
Okay.
And Adric is currently in a pile of darkness,
Yeah.
and nobody is attacking or fighting the spiders or the drow up close and personal in melee range, except for the spiritual weapon, which is interesting. Does anyone know whether that constitutes a melee attack on the target that will give the rogue his sneak attack? Curious question. How do the rules interpret that?
Are the drow being distracted by the spiritual weapon in a way that would go, oh, there's this sneaky... Goddamn microphone. There's a sneaky little rogue coming and stabbing at my side, but I couldn't see because of that weapon there.
Yes, yes. And the
I
weapon
love
is
the
also attacking...
monologues.
The weapon's attacking the spider too, not the drow, so I suppose actually it doesn't count. Yep, I'm going to say that you do not get your sneak attack for this, Milford. But
Okay.
I'm assuming you're going to attack with your short sword?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, alright, well, roll to hit.
I was just waiting for. Okay, where am I? Where am I? Short sword.
Dun, 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 dun. Milford Brixton with his short sword.
25.
25, very nice. That hits. Doesn't happen to be a natural 20, does it?
No. 25.
All right, and 12
and 12 damage.
Okay, and are you attacking a spider or a drow?
Spider.
All right, a spider. Very good. Are you attacking the strongest or the weakest looking spider, or the one in between?
The weakest. The one that's been attacked all the time.
All right, there's one that looks like it's almost dead, actually, and you did a lot of damage. So
Okay.
you killed the spider.
Yep.
All right, you hack its limbs to pieces, and its head comes off. Thunk.
Okay.
All right.
How does it fall?
It falls sort of face forward, and the drow that's on its back leaps off it and comes flying in your direction.
Ooh. As he's leaping, can I leap on him to get an attack when my turn comes?
What you can do is you can take a bonus action to try and intercept him with your other weapon.
Okay, I'll do that. Okay, that's
And thank you, Awesome D, for answering that question. I appreciate that.
18.
That's a 13.
Oh, 13 rather.
Looks
Sorry,
like an
my
18,
eyes.
but it's a 13. All right.
Yeah.
13, and that's for the drow. Unfortunately, his armor, his chainmail shirt takes the damage, and it doesn't penetrate. Unfortunately, but he lands on you at the same time as Leith gets his attack.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. Is that spider that I hexed still?
That spider is now dead.
That spider's dead, so I'll move my hex to the next closest spider.
Yep.
And cast Ray of Frost on it.
All right, roll to hit with your Ray of Frost, please.
It's a 15.
It's a hit.
It's a hit.
Roll
Good.
your damage.
D8. 1 point from the actual Ray of Frost.
Wow.
And then 5 points from the hex.
And this is a spider, right?
Yep.
Okay. Very good. All right.
And the spider is slowed by the Ray of Frost.
Right.
By 10 feet.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yep.
All right. Adric.
Cool. Have I been able to... so I'm enshrouded by darkness. Is there a drow and a spider in the darkness with me?
How do you know that?
If it was there when I got hit by the thing.
You don't know how far the darkness penetrates or how wide it goes or whether it's just your eyes. You can make an Arcana check to try and work that out, though.
I might do that. Arcana, please don't fail me. It's a 6.
Okay, so you've got no idea whether the darkness is just around your head or whether it's the entire room. You've got no idea how big this darkness is and how far it goes and penetrates. You don't know if it's in the air or if it's an effect on your brain or an effect on your eyes.
Mm-hmm. Shit, I'm not sure what to do, really. I guess I'm going to... Mr. Brixton, I know you're the sneaky sort, but could you tell me, are my eyes playing tricks on me or am I in darkness?
Do I hear that?
Yes, you hear that.
Is he in darkness?
Well, he is in darkness. He's standing in a pool of darkness.
You are definitely in darkness, my friend.
Okay, cool. And now that I've heard his voice, can I tell where it's coming from?
Yep. You can tell where he's coming.
can I start heading in that general direction?
Okay, you can move to get out of the darkness. The darkness only surrounds you by about 7 feet in any direction because you're centered in the middle of it, and it's
Hey,
15
everyone.
feet across.
I think we're being timed.
Oh shit! Okay, cool. I'm gonna get there, and I just wondering why you're holding that, and out there. And is there a drow and/or spider in front of me?
As you roll out, well, you're just going to run out of the darkness, right? You're just going.
I'm just going to charge out of the darkness, attack on Titan style, streaming off me.
All right, I'm going to get you to roll to hit with disadvantage because you don't know where you're coming out of the darkness.
Cool, that sounds fair to me. That is a total of 11 to hit.
11. Okay, well, you're close, but not close enough. And you swing past the side of this large spider, and it just rears its feet up. And your blade or your axe, sorry, your hammer swings past underneath its feet as it rears up and sets its feet back down again. And the the drow on top of it fires a crossbow in your direction. Any minute now, it will do that. Yes.
Okay, and that is it for all my actions, yeah.
And it misses. That was all of your actions?
Yeah, I don't really have much in the way of bonus actions for the moment.
Okay. All right. Idrin.
Question.
Yeah.
What is Hamir doing?
You don't know where Hamir is.
Please.
Scandal.
You know, I was going to ask a question, and then I also realized I can't see. So, Edrin's going to go, right. I heard a spider drop. He's just going to stand up and point his wand at where he thinks a spider would be, and fires blindly a firebolt at a spider.
So you're...
Because I would have heard kerfuffle of a giant spider hitting the ground, right?
Right. Yep.
So I'm shooting a firebolt in the direction of the other spider, not sure exactly where it is.
All right.
Because I'm at disadvantage.
You can roll with disadvantage, yes, please.
Right. So the first one, sloop-de-doop-de-doop-de-doop.
Welcome, new viewers. Welcome to the Vaingate Chronicles.
The first one's a natural 20.
Natural 20?
Let's find out what I roll at disadvantage. Still a 17.
Hey.
17,
Hey.
nice. Okay, you definitely hit with a 17. So you jump up, you fire your firebolt into the darkness, and you hear it hit something and go, and you hear this.
Yeah.
Hope you got all that.
I did
microphone
3
filters.
points of damage.
All those sound effects, and you did 3 points of damage. I tried so hard.
But I really appreciated the sound effects made it. I don't care about the damage. I got the sound effects, so I'm a happy man.
Right. Okay, 3 massive points of damage have been reduced from the spider. Very good. Okay, that was Idrin.
And I
Now
also
we're
hit the
on
ground
to-
again.
Okay,
Hit the ground
Hit the
again.
ground again. Okay, so that will help you. That will give you. That gives any enemy firing ranged attacks at you disadvantage. Everybody should know this fact. Actually, make sure that you pay attention what Idrin is doing right now. His laying on the ground gives anybody attacking him disadvantage with a ranged weapon. That being said, anybody at close range with the melee weapon will gain advantage to hit him. So,
And am I getting
ups and downs.
any cover from behind rubble? I don't know where Brixton was, where we were hiding specifically, because I hit the ground. I don't know if I've got any cover from that.
Yeah, I'll give you half cover
No.
for that. You can have half cover for that. So, yes, anyone who wants to post the effects of half cover in chat will win. What will they win? They can get a free open check, which means that they get to set the DC for the next open check skill check.
That's
Hopefully
way
that
better
makes
than what I
sense.
was going to suggest I get.
Oh my god, what were you going to suggest? I hate to think.
I was gonna say that like you with a marker of some description that is non-permanent could write something of their choice on the back of my my billboard-esque head.
Super Midnight Fan Club. A target with half cover has a +2 bonus to armor class and dexterity saving throws. A target with half cover, if an obstacle blocks at least half of its body, the obstacle might be a low wall, a large piece of furniture, a narrow tree trunk, a creature, or possibly some rubble. And that creature, whether the creature is an enemy or a friend. Okay, so you have half cover, Edrin. So keep this in mind, people. You're looking for ways to gain advantage and to gain cover as you continue. All right. And don't forget that anything that they can do, I can do.
All the spiders flop on flat on the ground.
Yeah, no.
You can't hit me.
Gudael, it is your turn.
There. Okay.
So your spiritual weapon is still active?
Excellent. I think.
You can move it up to 10 feet, which will bring it in contact with the next spider or drow, depending on what you wish to attack with it, if you desire. And you will be able to take an action as well.
Okay. So I would like to hit a spider with it.
All right, roll to hit with your spiritual weapon, please.
22.
Wow, that was an 18, was it? A natural 18.
A natural 18. Yeah.
Okay, so you pop out from behind the pillar where you are. You've been hiding with Leith, and you move your spiritual weapon across the room. It moves across the bodies of the 2 ogres that you killed in the earlier session, past the cages, past the pile of rubble, over to where Milford is fighting at the moment, and bring it into contact with the nearest spider. Yep.
Okay.
All right, and it hits. Do your damage, please.
Right. So total of 6.
Total of 6. All right. Dun, 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 dun. 6 points of damage to a giant spider. Very good. Milford, by the way, you're fighting at the bottom of the stairs, just so that you know that. All right. Now we're on to a drow. Drow takes a moment to cast a spell. All right, Milford Brixton, you realize suddenly that everything around you, including yourself, is beginning to light up in blue-green colors. And you need to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid getting caught up in this little electrical storm that's erupting out of the air around you.
Hang on. Dexterity. Saving throw.
Yep, top of the page, left-hand side.
No.
There's a box.
Doesn't Super Midnight Fan Club need to set the
Oh, yes, you
DC
do.
on that?
Yes, you do.
Go on. Go on.
Well, it wasn't an open check, but yeah. I think that's fair. Why not?
Was it the open
I'm
sheet?
waiting.
It is now. It's an open check now.
Yep.
You made it an open check, Leith. You've forced my
Thank you,
hand.
Leaf.
He single-handedly killed
Aw,
my hand.
he's been so kind. You get a 14. 14 is your difficulty.
14.
Yeah, you need to roll above 14.
And is it going to happen? Yes, 23.
Wow.
Huzzah.
Okay, very
Well done.
good. You dodge out of the space where this electricity is lighting up everything around over there. And as it does that, the drow with the spider that you're actually in combat with actually gets caught up in this electrical storm, and now it is lit up
Okay.
with fairy fire.
Very far.
Yes.
And if I go back into there, I'll be affected by it, won't I?
No.
Because this will be the perfect time to backstab them.
Well, you can make an attempt to do that now that Adric is in combat with. In fact, it is with this guy, aren't you, Adric?
Yeah.
Okay, here I go then.
Hang on, it's not your turn yet.
Oh, I'm just getting it. No, I'm getting it to the right place
No, that's cool. Actually,
because it takes me too long.
Drow.
Okay.
This thing. The second drow takes a shot at you, Adric, with a crossbow. 16, does that hit you? No,
It does not.
Does not. Okay, misses you. Woot woot. Okay, good. And now it is Milford's turn. Your actual turn.
I will do that attack.
All right.
I will use my cunning to be fast.
So you're using cunning action to do what?
To be fast, to speed up.
Well, that only helps if you need to move to it. You're standing next to it, so you don't need to use that.
Well, that's all right then. I'll just stab him in the back.
Okay, and he knows where you are, though, so you're not going to get your backstab here. This is a normal attack.
All right, just a normal attack will do me. I'll be happy.
Yep, roll to hit.
25.
25. That's a very high roll. Okay, you hit for sure.
12 damage.
12 damage. Holy smokes, Batman. All
and right. The knife is...
And what are you attacking? A spider or a drow?
A drow.
A drow?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
How do you kill this drow? What do you do?
I just take him through the throat, literally cut his throat.
All right, so you slash this drow on the back of this spider. This is the one that jumped on you, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah.
Ah, right. So you rolled away from him to get out of the fairy fire. You avoided the fairy fire and then dived back in there and just slit his throat. You just spin your blade under his throat and blood goes splattering across you and the room, and he drops to the ground. Boof. All right, you still got a bonus action up your sleeve, and you've got your cunning. This is where you can use your cunning action to move to the next target.
Okay, who looks more occupied?
Adric's pretty occupied. Edrin's kind of hiding. Leith, where are you exactly? What do we leave you doing?
I'm kind of standing in front, just beside the rubble. I haven't really thought to hide as yet.
Right, okay. So Edrin looks very vulnerable. But Adric's in combat.
I'll go and see the one in combat.
Okay, so you're going to move to Adric, all right?
Yeah.
And you're going to take a bonus action with your dagger to hit.
Yeah.
Roll to hit with your dagger, please.
20.
20, wow.
Damn.
Is that a
natural
20 or a dirty 20? I'm
15 plus 5.
Right, cool. Okay, so you hit for sure. Do your damage with your dagger, please.
That's a 5.
That's a 5. All right. And that is to a drow or a spider?
What's he having trouble with most?
Well, the spiders are not particularly attacking.
Okay, the drow.
The gods are with you, Milford, said Super Midnight Fan Club. Okay, so the drow. Let's see. Very good. All right, Milford, that's your turn over.
Thank you.
Lithois, Mr. Lath.
I'm going to cast another ray of frost. Is the spider still alive?
The spider
one that I hexed.
Yes, it is. It doesn't look very well, but it is still alive.
I'm going to ray of frost it again.
All right.
That's a 12.
That's a 12. That is a miss, unfortunately. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Adric.
It's always all or nothing with warlocks.
Right.
So I'm going to swing at the drow in front of me.
All right.
There's a total of 21.
21 is a hit with your hammer.
Yes, lovely. So that's 1d8 for first hit. That's 10. And because I am big, huge, and also large, it's an extra d6. So it's a total of 12 damage.
12 damage, and this is to a drow or a spider?
To the drow.
The drow. All right. Okay, how you basically smash its skull.
Hell yeah.
It comes down to attack you, and the spider just lowers itself so that the drow can attack you with its scimitar, and you just smash it in the temple and knock it straight on the floor. It's kind of disturbing how quickly that happens. It's quite a kind of, yes, it's all over. All right. Do you have any bonus actions? No.
I do not, but I will answer Wildheart for
Oh, yeah.
for the comment about big, huge, extra large. Wildheart, I am a rune knight dwarf, so I go from a mild 4'7" to about 10 feet tall when I activate my runes. I am big, huge, and fairly large.
And fairly confident, and rightly so, I feel.
Yes.
And very confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn. Thank you, Russell.
All right, no worries. Moving right along. All right. He's dead. Edrin.
He's dead, Jim.
It's your turn, Edrin.
So any enemies left in the fairy fire?
No, actually.
They're all dead.
Yep. Currently, there is 2 drow and 2 spiders still alive.
Okay. Fireball.
Pew pew.
Actually, I am going to do a 2nd level ice knife.
Ooh, 2nd level ice knife.
Is it disadvantage?
That's
but
some next
to
level
figure out
stuff.
whether it misses or not, it still does damage.
All right.
So I'm going to cast ice knife towards where I think one of the spiders are.
All right.
So the first roll is 24.
Hits.
But the second roll, because it's at disadvantage, is a 17. So that's at disadvantage.
Also hits.
So, it takes 7 points of piercing damage.
Is this a giant spider or a drow?
A spider.
All right. It dies.
Takes 7 points. Okay. And then everything within 5 feet of it needs to make a dexterity saving throw, please. So that's the rider and potentially any other spiders nearby.
All right. The drow and the giant spider that it's riding that's next to it fail their save.
They take 10 points of cold damage.
10 points of cold damage. Ouch. You're hurting my monsters. I don't like you.
And then I drop to the floor again. I'm a squishy wizard. Literally squishy.
All right. Very good. That is Edrin's turn. Gudael, it is now your turn. So what you have witnessed is Leith firing an icy blast, a bolt of blue light coming from his hand that unfortunately misses. Edrin steps out and summons up this ice knife that basically drops from the ceiling. Is that how you see it, Leith? Sorry, Edrin?
I see it as kind of like it encases my wand, and then almost like a little thing just goes off the wand.
All right. All right. So now, Gudael, what are you going to do? You still have your spiritual weapon up.
Of that. Yes.
Pew, pew.
So, I think I might go for a drow with the spiritual weapon this time.
All right. Roll to hit with your spiritual weapon. This is your bonus action.
Okay. Why are you not hitting?
Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun, dun,
fairly useless. It's a 5.
Oh dear, that does not hit. Okay, so now you still have an action that you can cast a spell or a cantrip or... Actually, it has to be a cantrip.
Yeah.
Because the other...
I will maybe try hitting it with my
No, it
Sacred
does not-
Flame.
It does not have to be a cantrip. Okay, Sacred Flame. Very good. Roll to hit with your Sacred Flame. Oh wait, that's a dexterity saving throw on my part. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, you're going to do double damage because I rolled a 1.
All right.
And that's not rules as written, that's me interpreting the rules as written.
Okay. And then I'll roll my effect.
Yep.
A 7.
A 7. Okay, do you hit? Drow number 1, drow number 2, or giant spider?
Drow number 2.
All right, drow number 2. And that was with a, what was it? A fire bolt? No, a
Sacred flame.
Sacred flame, that's right. So your sacred flame drops from the ceiling in a burst of radiant light, filling the room with this radiance. And it smashes this drow on the head, and it just lands, and he just hits the floor. He's out. You've killed it.
Fabulous.
Very nice. All right. The drow closest to you, Milford, comes charging back at you, drawing a scimitar, takes a swing at you, and misses. It's now your turn, Milford.
No, I'll parkour that son of a bitch and kill him.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna make it. Okay. So you're gonna jump over him. Basically, that's your plan, and
Yep.
and try and kill him at the same time.
Yep.
Classic Milford Brixton move.
A Milford Brixton move. That is indeed a Milford Brixton.
Let's see
move.
if the classic one works, though.
The classic Milford Brixton.
Hang on. I'm going the wrong way.
Let's have it.
Athletics or
Acrobatics for your parkour.
acrobatics? Okay.
I'll say if you succeed, and this is an open check which has been paid for already.
No.
And the difficulty was, I just have to go back and read that.
18, I believe.
18. Okay, if you can make an 18 on this acrobatics check, then you can get advantage on your attack and your sneak attack damage.
What one have I got there, Russell?
I have no idea, mate.
Is that acrobatics?
What did hang on. Yeah,
That is
you rolled-
acrobatics.
that is acrobatics. You rolled a 14.
I
Unfortunately,
didn't make it.
that's a fail. You still get to attack, but not with advantage.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. All right. That'll be my short sword.
See, one way of looking at it is that he's using acrobatics for his cunning action to hide, to take the hide action. See, that could be said. That's what he's doing.
16.
16 to hit. That does hit with your short sword. Roll your damage, please.
Mm-hmm. It's 5.
5. All right. And are you attacking drow number 1 or drow number 2 or giant spider?
Drow number 1.
Drow number 1.
Mm.
I lie. There is only drow number 1. Ah.
Okay. Round number 1. Okay, I got my knife.
And it was a 5. Okay. And you're going to take your bonus action with your knife. Very good.
Yeah, that's 21.
Oh, you hit.
And 4.
He's dead.
Okay, thank you, people.
All right. And at that point, he slides off the back of the giant spider, which begins to rear up.
Okay.
And it is Leith's turn.
Is that the same giant spider that I had my hex on?
No, this is a new one.
Not. So
But it is the only thing alive now.
the only living thing. So I'll move the hex onto it
Yep.
and fire a firebolt at it this time.
All right, roll your firebolt.
Burn this thing with fire.
Burn it with fire.
23. That's definitely a hit.
Yes.
So 2 points of damage from the firebolt. My firebolts are not very good tonight. And 4 damage from the hex.
All right, very good. You do 6 damage all up. Okay, and wait. Let's not fuck that up. Adric.
Cool. How far is this last remaining spider from me?
20 feet.
Cool. That is 5 less than my maximum, which is super handy. I'm going to run up to it and swat it with my hammer.
All right. Roll to hit.
Huzzah! Does a 13 do it?
What is it, a 13?
13.
13. Unfortunately, your hammer bounces off its hardened carapace.
Brilliant. I'm going to do the most fighter thing that a fighter usually does and do the action surge. Because I don't want to have only done one thing in this fight.
Right, that's fair. All right,
And I'm
so
going to swing again back at
take
this
another
horse
swing.
rider.
Go for your life.
That is
What-
a 16.
A 16, very good. Okay, you hit with a 16.
Fantastic. That's my d8 plus 5. That is an 11 plus my 1d6 for being a large boy. That is a total of 15.
15 points of damage, very nice. You get a nice, satisfying kind of a sound from it, but it doesn't die. It's just very hurt. And you now have its attention. At that point, the giant spider turns to you, and it discharges a web at you. Which it hits with.
So, incapacitated for the rest of the fight.
Right. Okay, that's it. When it gets back to your action, Adric, you can make a strength check to break free of it.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay. Back to Idrin.
Now, all the drow are dead, right?
All the drow are dead.
So the darkness would have dropped.
The darkness has dropped, yes.
So there's light back in the...
Yep, the room fills back with the very dim light of the coals coming from the ogre's fireplace.
Sweet. I'm going to pop up, cast Firebolt.
All right. Roll to hit with your firebolt.
Time for advantage.
Right, yeah, rolling without disadvantage. Nice.
Yeah, this is what I got.
What did you get?
I got if it's come up on the chat yet, I got a 23 total.
23.
Does it come up on the chat?
Yes, I see it now. Yep, 23 to hits. Very good. Roll your damage.
Got a
5 for damage. Okay, nice. Well, as it so happens, I believe this spider had... No, it doesn't. I'm sorry. I spoke too soon. Okay, you hurt it. You didn't kill it. I thought you might have killed it, but you didn't. Apologies. Any other bonus actions you want to use? Anything like that?
I'm going to use a thing called hitting the deck.
Called what? Hitting the deck?
Not exactly like belly flopping, although it kind of sounds like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to get to the ground, and I'm just going to crawl a little bit closer again.
Right, you're like a commando.
Actually, no, I'm not going to hit the deck. There's only one of them. I can see now. I'm just going to stand my ground. I'm like, yep. Actually, I'll stay where I am. I'm happy. I can see there's only one of them.
All right, so you've done your work here. Very good. Adric, it's now your turn. You can make a strength check.
Me? Okay, sure. And because I'm large, I get strength at advantage.
Hang on. Let me just double check this. I'm sorry, it's
Yeah,
not your
because
turn.
I've just gone.
You just had your turn. I'm sorry. It's Gudael's turn. It wouldn't be D&D if I got the initiative order correct. It would not be Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
Is my spiritual weapon still...
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Okay.
is.
Well, since it's already up, I will aim that at the spider.
All right. It zooms over to the spider. Roll to hit with your spiritual weapon.
17.
17 hits. Roll your spiritual weapon damage, please.
Okay. Total of 4.
Okay. All right. This spider is very unhappy. Very, very unhappy. It's actually beginning to back away. It's taking the disengage action.
Okay.
Milford, it's your turn.
Well, we can't have that.
Stay
Okay, I'm gonna I just had to do it because I always do it. I'm gonna parkour on the spider.
Of course
All
you
right.
are. Of course you are. Yep. All right.
And
Open check.
does anybody want to tell me what my open check is on this?
Yep. What's the open check? Is anyone going to spend their divinity to buy an open check and set the DC for Milford's parkour athletics check in order to gain advantage on his next attack? Nope, nobody's buying. Nobody's buying this. I'm gonna give them a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nope. Okay, sorry. Sold to the lowest bidder. Out of stock, said Super Midnight Fan Club. Never mind. All right, roll to hit, Barry, or roll your
21.
athletics. Okay, was that a hit roll or an athletics check?
It's an athletics check.
Okay, very good. You make
21.
it. All right, now you can roll to attack with advantage.
Okay. All right.
It's only got 1 hit point.
Okay, dude. I heard that. Okay, all that for nothing, but I just wanted to do it. It's what I do.
All right, you flip over the back of it. Let's cut this short. You flip over the back behind the spider. You land on top of it, and you stick your shorts through the back of its head, and it just collapses underneath you with a squelching, squishing sound, and its legs kind of rumble around for a minute, and it stops.
Yeah, it would have been 13 and 6.
Nice. So you would have done a whole crap load of damage to it. You probably could have killed an entirely other spider on top of it.
Okay. All right, I walk off it like, you know.
All right, you climb off the back of the spider.
Yep.
Hamir slowly emerges from the darkness at the back of the room. Is it done? Did you finish them?
Mostly. We've still got our 2 friends in the cage.
Oh, well, you should make quick work of them then. You can see I told you what kind of traitors they'd be.
Leith strides over to the cage and points his finger at them and says to Edric, tell them if they want to live, they need to help us.
Just a moment, and I'm going to struggle out of the webs.
Okay, yep. It takes you a minute, but I'm not going to make you roll to do that.
23.
23, okay, very good then. No worries.
Just tear out of it with my enormous body.
All right.
And I'm going to walk over to the cage,
all right.
lean on it over them, and pardon me, Leith. One more time while I'm getting reacquainted with my friends here.
Tell them that if they don't help us, I will kill them.
Okay, you can make an intimidation check with advantage at this point, Adric.
Hello, friends. Now that you know what's happening here, tell us what we want to know, or you're going to die. Just intimidation.
Okay. Intimidation with advantage,
There
please.
we go.
Russell.
Yes.
Oh shit! Sorry, I missed.
If
pressed the wrong button.
Leaf goes to kill them, I want to get in his road I want to stop him so he doesn't kill them.
Okay.
That's a total of 16.
Total of 16. All right. They appear to be quite intimidated. Yep.
Good. All right. Now, gentlemen and lady, what would we like to know?
What do you want from us?
Leaf.
Leith seems to be leading this.
Tell them we want their honest assistance in these caverns. Otherwise, they're dead.
We'd very much appreciate your willing and honest assistance.
What do you want to know?
You're going to lead us to the treasure. No funny business. Understand?
It's guarded. There are traps.
Aye. And guess who's going to lead us through it?
They look at each other again.
If
that is what it takes, then yes. We accept your offer.
Ah, well, you didn't have much choice, did you? And just before my my strength wanes, I'm going to try and rip the door off its hinges.
All right. Okay, they're quite shocked
What?
at that. And
What are you letting them out for?
That's a 23 to rip the door off its hinges.
All right, you totally just rip the door off its hinges, and
Flung across the room.
Boof, bang! It lands in the far corner of the room. They're terrified of you. They put out their hands like they want you to bind them.
Well, what's just happened, Mr. Leith, is that we've come to an understanding.
They supplicate themselves in front of you.
If anybody has any manacles and or rope, I'm sure they'd be willing to help you get tied up. And at this point, I deflate back to my original size.
Russell,
Yeah.
I go up to them and I say, I will kill you. Do we understand?
You say that to who?
That,
The drow?
yeah.
Okay. You're pretty sure
But
they...
Milford looks different from normal. Is a different look in his eye, a different,
I'm gonna make it this hand because it's not in shot.
yeah. Do we understand what I'm saying?
Oh, are you speaking in thieves' cant?
Yes, to
Okay. So you need to
drow.
use body language to do this.
yeah.
All right. So you're speaking...
I'm not the nice, I'm that other guy with the dragging woman. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not really sure, but you can make an intimidation check.
Okay. Intimidation. Sorry, I'm getting there. Intimidation.
Hurry up, Mr. Brixton.
Okay. Getting there. Come on, be a good one. 18.
An 18. All right. They seem intimidated by you. Yeah.
You know when that woman was dying and dragging and I followed her and killed her? That look.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It is intimidating and it works. Very good.
Okay.
All right. What are you guys doing?
Somebody tie them up.
Does somebody have manacles? Milford, do you have manacles on you or anything like that? Do anybody have manacles on in
No,
their
but I do
inventory?
have rope.
Oh, I do have manacles actually, 1 pair.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's 50% as useful as it needs to be.
Okay. All right.
Gonna walk up to them and go, now, who'd like the nice, comfy manacles, and who's going to have the circulation cut off by rope?
They don't care. They're on their knees with their hands out in front of them.
Eeny, meeny, miny, you'll do. Manacle him.
All right. All right. So you manacle the first one.
Anybody got another set? I know I did say rope, but that's kind of inhumane.
Have a look. I don't think I've got any tools. It'd be under tools, wouldn't it?
It would
Yeah,
be
under equipment.
Equipment.
Hang on, I'll have a look for you.
Yeah.
Equipment, ball bearings, grappling hook, hooded lantern, rope for sure, but no manacles.
Okay. All I've got is rope.
Ah, that'll do nicely.
Tie him up.
Yeah, tie him up real good.
Okay, so who's doing the tying? Is
Is
that Milford or is that Adric?
Mr. Brixton, I get the feeling you're a bit better with rope than I am.
Oh, do you know?
I just get this feeling. You just seem the sort. Would you mind?
All right.
Leith is still holding up his arm with eldritch energy crackling between his fingers.
Okay, what do I have to do for that, Russell?
You're going to make a dexterity check.
Dexterity.
Dexterity. Yep, top of the page.
Yeah, I got it.
Second one in.
14.
14. All right. Very good. Nice. Seems to be firm.
Alright.
Right, you got everybody tied up now and manacled. And one of the drow looks at you, Adric. He says, "You not even ask us our names."
Ah, well, I find it's best not to get too attached. But you're welcome to offer it.
I am Mindral. This is Kalea.
Well, Mindral and Kalea, it's a pleasure to have you in my service. Now, shall we?
All right, and what do you do now?
Oh, that is
well-
just so cool. That was so cool.
While this
Thank
is
you, Barry.
going on, can I have snuffed out the campfire, lit my lamp, and start packing the coal into my bag, please?
The coal.
Coal. Even if I have to wrap my hands up in my scarf and kind of tentatively. I'm trying to save the hang on. It's gonna take a bit, because with prestidigitation I can snuff out a fire and then I can warm, chill, or flavor up to 1 cubic foot of non-living material for 1 hour. So I'm basically
you're
just
getting
like
char-
soothing coal,
Charcoal.
getting it to a point. Yeah, I'm getting it to the point where it's no longer on fire and burning, and I'm just kind of stacking it into a
Okay.
bag,
All right.
into a pouch in my bag.
That is allowed. That shall be allowed. Very well. Very good. Gudael, what are you doing while this is all going on? You're standing around watching, or
I think I'm going to go inspect bodies.
inspect bodies? That's a cunning plan. That's a cunning plan. All right. You're going to find some things on those bodies, and I'm going to figure out what they are between now and our next session. And I think this shall be the point at which we leave our story this week. So congratulations. Welcome to the game, Joe. We greatly appreciate having you. I think it's freaking awesome, to be honest. I love having a cleric on the team. That's pretty cool. Keep these idiots from dying. Notice how nobody died
God,
this week.
we got so close last week. Fuck me, we got so close
Jeez.
last week.
You
Yeah,
I
nearly
watched it. It was pretty tense.
No deaths this week. Thank you.
Yeah, nothing like that this week. Very nice. And congratulations also that you managed to spend an entire session in one room.
But now we have so much more campaign to do later.
Oh,
and
true.
the viewers had so much entertainment in a single room. It's like that movie where that happens in a single room. The Room.
Okay.
The Room, right.
Yes,
Thank you
they're all
also.
in one room. Although, why would it be called that? I haven't seen The Room.
Yeah, it doesn't all happen in one room. Trust me.
Yeah, which the room? The new one or Tommy Wiseau?
Yes.
There is only one The Room.
Thank you guys.
Oh, that's
for
that new
watching.
one that came out. That was based on the book. But yeah. There was only one room. One true room.
One true room.
I'm just going to do this because it's cool.
That's not cool.
That part's not cool. That part.
He's changing the
There.
spot.
Parkour. My
Thank you,
Milford
Wild
Brixton
Hot.
is
What
cool.
are you
Cool.
doing, Russell?
I'm messing around with the layout because it's cool.
Oh,
That is cool. I
Yeah.
will say that.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Really?
Well,
You liked
thank
it
you,
yesterday,
Wild Hot.
Barry.
We
You
can't
liked
wait
it
to see you next
yesterday.
time.
All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Please do come back. If you're not a follower, please hit the follow button. If you haven't seen our YouTube videos, go and check them out and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I put a lot of work into it. And yes, all of those important things. It'd be great. It'd just be great. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
thanks
And
for watching, everyone.
yeah,
Thank you. Okay, bye.
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 Uh,